is to just integer overflow it.
Exactly.
Why haven't we never figured that one out?
It's so simple. It's just
I see no problems
Easy.
with that.
yeah, especially considering Bethesda games. You eventually get so many crashes that they start counteracting each other, so you uncrash.
Yeah, you decrash, you go to the
Yeah.
desktop, and then the game starts back up perfectly fine.
Exactly. It's that simple.
Huh.
But yeah, no, this has been an incredibly stable run of Fallout, and I've been wanting to replay Fallout 4
Nice.
and actually get to the DLC this time
Yeah.
for like 8 years.
Yeah.
But I kept getting to a certain point in Fallout 4 where my game would like destabilize and then I would never be able to load it again. Or like
Classic.
Yeah, classic shit. But
Yeah.
yeah, it's been or I'm crashing everywhere and I just get so fucking sick of the crashes that I just give up. And because you're like, yeah, I'll have like spent like 12 hours handcrafting this like
Yeah.
sanctuary into this like actual Neo city, right? Using delete everything and foundation blocks.
Of course.
And then actually genuinely collecting the scrap and then hand placing everything into this big fucking cool looking city. And then like I'll leave Sanctuary to go do a quest, and then I'll enter a building and just crash the desktop, and then all of my saves are corrupted, and it's just like, all right, well, fuck this shit.
Yeah. I mean, that's like kind of my Skyrim journey. Same shit. And then I just gave up and started using Webjack instead.
This is acceptable.
That's fair. Well, what I basically did was I went on the Sim Settlements 2 after they released Chapter 3. I was like, well, there's no reason to not get back in now. So
Yeah.
I went on the Sim Settlements 2 website because they have a website now because they're actually a full modding team that gets like fucking a salary. But I went on their website and they're like, here's the list of mods that work with Sim Settlement 2. I was like, all right, well, I'll just download them all and make that my playlist. And then I threw in some weapon mods because those never fucking conflict with anything. And then I threw in a damage mod that is hyper compatible with all weapons. And I was like, all right, well, that's pretty much that's it.
Yeah. Fair enough.
And yeah, I've actually been having a lot of fun with the new run. It's been so fucking stable. It's like not even a meme.
Insane.
And the few times I have crashed, it's specifically because of Fallout engine limitations, where it's like, oh yeah, the cell didn't load, so when you walked into it, it crashed. And why didn't the cell load Fallout? Oh well, the cell didn't load because we forgot to load it. Like, so there's no,
I see no problems.
There's no errors. You just didn't load the cell.
Naturally.
Yeah, we just didn't load the cell. It's like, all right, cool, good job.
Yeah.
And the other error I occasionally get is if I start Fallout in a high density object area, it'll crash. But if I load up a save from a low object area and then load into the high object area, it won't crash. And the reason why, again, that happens is because, not because of my mods, but because Fallout being fucking Fallout, and it's not set up to load Fallout.
Yeah.
Like, the areas I crash when I load in are not areas that I've like heavily modded or anything. It's just areas of high density. And it's like, oh, well, we tried loading this shit, but we couldn't because we had tried loading too many things. And then for whatever reason, instead of actually just trying to load everything, we have a kill timer on the loading. So it crashes instead of loading everything. And then when you load the low object save, and then load the high object save, it already stored a bunch of the objects into like the RAM. So then when it tries to load the high object save, it already has a bunch of it loaded, and so then it like actually makes it before the kill timer. And it's like, what is this dumbass shit? Like, Jesus fucking Christ.
I don't see any problem, Sneaky.
Yeah, no, that sounds perfectly reasonable and a great idea.
But yeah, as far as like crashing because of the 400 mods I have not crashed yet from a single one of my mods. Yep. So that's the current state of what's going on, and that's why I'm not writing this week. Well, I'm not writing this week as well because I've just been burned out from work again because, well, it's been a really odd mixture of, well, I'm not able to write during the day because of the on again, off again, having to pick up the phone, so my brain just gets interrupted and I can't write.
Yeah.
Is what it is. But then I'm burned out by the end of the day because I'm stressing out about trying to fucking meet my numbers because my fucking employer wants to make it a game, and I'm like, alright, fine, let's make it a game. You ain't gonna like what I do, but let's make it a game.
Yeah. Telling you that it's gonna be like a game is like asking for it to be exploited.
But yeah, so that burns me out. By the end of the day, I'm just kind of like, I just want to play a mindless fucking game where I click button and feel happy juice.
Understandable.
So
I can't imagine why that would cause you a problem.
yeah, writing takes brain power, and unfortunately, I don't budget that well.
We never noticed.
Nah,
yeah,
I know.
Well, hey, now that we're live,
yeah, we've been live, but yes.
Yeah.
So I know we've been live. So I'm going to Nose made a request, and I'm purposely not going to give any. I'm going to allow the people to imagine the worst possible context, but he did actually have a decent reason for asking for this. He needs the gayest Ruby fic you can find.
I don't know if I'm comfortable getting Nose spank material.
Yeah, no.
I assure you, it is decidedly not that.
I'm pretty sure he's gonna masturbate to it.
Yeah.
I can truthfully say that I don't believe that's the case.
Alright, you know what? Fine. Let's find Nose the gayest Ruby story.
Yeah, fuck it. Go for it. I mean, I don't think you'll find it on FFN.
Oh, but, yes, I will. Language, English, rating, all. Characters, John.
I mean, I was going to suggest AO3, but yeah, fair enough.
No, we can't go to AO3 because that can't be on air.
Yeah, I know. It was
Characters.
Like, the gayest fake.
Ren.
Oh, no.
Where the fuck is Ren? Oh, fuck, did they do that thing? Okay, what's Ren's last name?
I don't know. I don't fucking follow Ruby.
Lyren, right. Yep, okay, here we go. We got, of course, I almost forgot the most important part of this, romance. Hurt comfort.
Oh, God.
Sort by favorites? I can't fucking do that. Oh, I can.
You can do it, yeah.
Paw Prints of the Heart. Well, boys, I think we found it.
Yeah. No, there's gonna bust a rope to this.
John Ark was normal college student with two best friends and broken heart. When his first love broke his heart, he felt like love was no longer an option for him. That's why 4 strange cats entered his life and filled it with a different kind of love.
Shane Dawson, no.
But that was enough for him until the universe had other plans in mind. John times Cat Team Ruby.
Perish. Eternally.
You know, some days I wish I had my fucking camera on.
Yeah.
Just so
You know,
guys
Sneaky,
can...
you should get a VTuber model.
Just so you guys... I had a VTuber model and everyone hated it.
Wait, you did?
Yeah. They all told me to turn it off.
When was this?
Yeah, it was just like 4 years ago.
Oh.
I would say what we need to do is we need to just get a VTuber. Like, here's the thing: part of people make VTubers that are fictional, that are a story, that are there for fun. We should just get a VTuber model that's actually just Sneaky.
Well, that's what I'm saying. No, we can base it off of yeah. And then stream VR room, and then we can all sit down by the fire as we read these shit posts. I let out a visceral no IRL. Well, you know what? Let me post it. Also, let me post it in sign section. Also, let me ping sign. Where's that shit, Rex? Yep, there we go. Also, at sign.
Oh, perfect. I found your next VTuber model, Sneaky.
What in the oh, the Ugly Bastard debut?
Yeah.
Project Ugly Bastard, yes. That is a thing.
Oh, yeah, for sure. Not the weirdest VTuber thing I've seen today.
No, it's not. No, it's not. But you know what? Let's read some of this.
Yeah. Should we?
Well, let's see. Nora, yeah, okay, so really garbage dialogue, mildly passable paragraphing, Pyrrha just absolutely shit on him. Alright, so he comes home, he finds a bunch of cats. He's like, oh, this is the cats I adopted. See, damn it, yeah, okay, yeah, so, mischief, okay, yeah, blah, blah, blah. Blah, blah. Blah, 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 blah. He's talking to his cats, blah, 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 talking with his cats, blah, blah, blah. Really generic, I went into the kitchen and washed a plate, and then I cooked the food. He calls the cats to his bed. Oh, I love you, kitties, and then all of the cats erupted into bright light. Sitting on his stomach was not his tabby cat, but instead a beautiful, naked young woman calling him master, and she had cat ears and cat tail.
Wouldn't that be the appropriate time to use, I don't know, dialogue game? Game. Shit, author.
You're right there, Atin.
Listen, I'm playing Baldur's Gate 3 right now. I got Baldur's Gate 3 on the brain.
Now, I will say, once I do pick up that game, I would like to do a run with you two. Maybe Max, I don't know if he plays it or not. Probably he doesn't. I would like to do a game with you guys where we just pick up everyone and throw them as much as possible.
So we can abuse the shove action. However, I will say there are some things that you can't. There are some bosses that you can't shove to death.
Well, yes, that's why you play as 3 really meaty barbarians who then proceeded to beat the shit out of you.
Actually, if you want to do maximum meme shoving, you actually need to go for max level melee rogue, strength rogue, because I think it's 12. It's 10 or 12 rogues get an extra bonus action, which means everyone can make 2 shoves per turn.
I see. Also, this is basically that story, that one manga, you know, I don't know how many pages it was. I think it might have been like 10 pages at most. Where, like, the guy was like, oh, I got broken up with, at least I have you, kitty. And then the kitty turns into a naked woman and is like, I'm gonna fuck you now. Can monks throw shit? Well, yes, they can, but when it comes to D&D based games, you want to target classes that have bonuses to ability checks.
I should be clear. Literally everyone can throw things.
Yeah.
Anyone can use throw in this game. The problem is throwing things does almost nothing unless you physically have like weapons meant to be thrown, like javelins or returning spears.
Right, but I meant more like I'm gonna pick someone up and throw them into someone else, and then we just keep doing that until everyone's dead.
Yeah, you can't really do that, unfortunately.
Can't throw them off ledges? Can't? No?
No, so you can use the shove action.
Wait, you can't pick people up and throw... Yeah, it's that one. Yandere Pet Cat.
Yeah, no, you can't pick them up, but you can use shove.
That's lame.
To kick them... Is what it is. It's a mechanically... It's a game. It's mechanically limited.
Anyway, yeah, so all 4 girls are now really hot women and are calling him master, and this is definitely not a generic fantasy. Okay, so that wasn't super gay.
Well, no, it wasn't gay. If you take the relationship thing...
Yeah, I did.
Alright, yeah, there we go.
Now that he's a huntsman in training and is pursuing a relationship with one of his teammates, he knows it's time to stop being afraid. Martial arts trans John, happy Pride Month. John times rent. So wait, it's not gay then?
Now that's a question.
Yang has body dysmorphia, and she can't help but think of herself as the most disgusting thing alive.
True.
John will act as her personal psychologist as he helps her get over her mental illness. And they have sex, by the way.
Is that based? I can't tell.
No, not really in order. So I don't think he fixes her problems before he fucks her.
Ah.
A Pyrrhic victory! When John wakes up in his dorm one morning, he discovers he has entered a parallel world in which Salem and her cronies never existed. But actually John and Ren are girls, and all of Team Ruby and Pyrrha and Nora are guys. It's time to give Pyrrha the love he never got the chance to give her, gender-bent Futanari.
Oh, you know what? This is perfect. That's exactly the kind of horrifying mental damage inflicting thing that Nose needs.
Yep. So who's he sending it to?
I don't know yet, but I'm going to send it to him right now.
Excellent. Let's see. I'm honestly shocked there is only a single John times Ren story. Honestly shocked.
I bet they're all on AO3.
Probably all on AO3.
Inshallah, they shall remain there.
Yeah, hopefully. Try removing hurt comfort, but that's like the gayest shit ever.
Yeah.
I guess try.
I get 9 more stories.
What the fuck?
my God.
So I'm just gonna leave this on screen while I go get my medicine and some whiskey.
Is the whiskey not medicine? Close enough, probably. Anyway, it's a good thing I already have my alcohol ready. Because I'm gonna need it.
Alright. That's what I needed.
Your medicine?
My medicine. We
Excellent.
bleed Ikor. John developed his semblance during initiation. He doesn't know what a semblance is, or why he has purple eyes, but he does know that his dream of gods has something to do with it. John has Renegon. John times Ren.
Renega? Oh no.
Please kiss my dick, John. What will happen when the girls are away? Will John and Ren fuck? A new rose bloom. Ruby was going to train, but instead she was the one getting trained. In a new world of pleasure. Oh, okay. Yeah, sure. Yeah, you there?
Unfortunately.
Good! Also, I hear that source server going the psionic illithid path is possibly the most broken shit in existence right now.
It might be. But, using Mind Flayer powers is fucking cringe.
I don't know, man. I saw Black Hole was one of those abilities, and I don't know.
It's not nearly as cool as you think.
It was pretty cool from what I was looking at.
It doesn't do damage, it just pulls everyone into a big clump. And it's a dex save.
And I got a fucking fireball.
Yeah, I mean, yeah, you can cast Fireball, but like... Like... You're still becoming an illithid, like...
Which, yes, is admittedly pretty cringe. I will give you that. However... Dirty little secrets. Ren and John are happy in their relationship with Pyrrha and Nora. Or are they? They realize all the poon they're getting is actually lame, and they're really wanting a good dicking for each other.
Please die.
Consider the rope.
Yeah, well, you know how female authors are.
Yeah.
Backing down! A friendly conversation between John and Ren leads to John fucking Ren up the ass. Female author. A secret between two people. I understand, John. I will help you. Let me be your replacement girlfriend. I am good lover. Lyren doesn't know what his feelings are for John, but he doesn't want to let them go. When an opportunity comes after John breaks up with Weiss, how can he be there to comfort his friend, AU Ren times John? Also, I just want to comment on this fucking profile picture right here of Blake hugging Midoriya. That's all.
Bro.
I don't even know how to touch that one.
No, that's just not. Or with a hand grenade.
Mail order boyfriend. AU. No huntsman, no grim, no superpowers. John works his post-college life behind a desk and pulls overtime. At the end of the week, he needs a break, and he's desperate enough to take one. A martial arts romance story where John buys Ren, a sex slave.
Well, my Jägermeister bottle was empty, so I guess we're going back to the 60% vodka.
I don't even know how to start there.
There is 3 pairing stories featuring the bartender.
Bro. Well, yeah, that smells like paint thinner, alright.
As it should.
Yeah, that's a lot. That's a lot.
Wow, Core occupies the top 5 slots of the favorites page.
No, really?
Yeah.
Insane.
Undeservedly, not this time, Fate. Undeservedly, no, semi-deservedly, Service with a Smile. Service with a Smile was kind of good in the start. Yeah, that was decent.
God. Oh, okay, I need to mix this with some fucking
Relic
Coke.
of the Future. Not a huge fan of that one. That one was pretty dog shit, especially how it went 1.1 million words long. Yeah, Relic of the Future was pretty dog shit. Professor Arc was okay. That deserves to be up there. It was done as a Stooges story for a long enough period of time that I can forgive the ending. Yeah, like I said, Service with a Smile was it was good. Yeah, the characterization of some of the characters was pretty good. Yeah. Playing our roles is actually one I missed because that was really good. That was from the gamer era of Ruby. Back during the big game explosion. You know, 6 years ago.
Oh my fucking god.
Yeah.
I just took a straight shot of 60% sneaky.
Why?
Funny.
That's fair.
Yeah.
You know, to be fair, I am also the sort of person that spikes their vodka with Spiritus.
Yeah, spiking your vodka with vodka, as God intended. My throat is
Burning?
on fire. Yeah.
Yes.
Yeah. Okay.
Forged Destiny. Forged Destiny is another story that it was okay. It was original. I mean, you know, medieval AU gamer powers is, you know, everyone's got them. I mean, that was kind of cool of an idea, but I think it would have served way better as like an actually original story and not some sort of hack job forcing Ruby into it. Sneaky is the kind of person to spike his vodka with vodka and call that shit a potato. I will mail you a pipe bomb.
Same day shipping.
Yeah. Oh, White Sheep. Does White Sheep deserve to be up here?
I mean, it's certainly cursed.
Overall, I would say it's all right. Maybe I would. Would I call it front page material? Yeah, I guess. Top page material? Yeah, I guess. I wouldn't exactly say in the top 10 though, because all of Core's stories are basically up here. Well, actually, I take that back. Basically, all of the Core stories I bothered reading are in the tops. It looks like shit died real fucking fast, and like none of his new stories is anywhere near the top now. Yeah. Damn.
Thank fuck. Damn. Skill issue.
But yeah, what else is here? We got Name of the Game by Literal Sin. Yeah, Name of the Game, eh? Name of the Game. A whole 700,000 words. Ah, man, if only that author had never disappeared. We got Silver by I'm Yoshi. Possibly I'm Yoshi's only good story. Definitely deserves to be on the front page. I would honestly say in the top 5. Rabbit Among Wolves. That was an okay Stooges story. It was a little bit too much for me. In terms of forcing the Stoogeness. Like, it just, like, had characters that were supposed to be, like, remotely smart, just be like, okay. And it's like, alright, buddy, okay. We were playing, talking about Nier last time. It got me thinking, what if you had a Nier crossover where you had this roided up human character show up and all the androids who look up to humans become all, like, Saitama or something? Yeah. I mean, like Master Chief or something, that'd be interesting. Forged Destiny, John should have died like 10 times, was saved by pure plot armor. Yeah, 100%. Like I said, I like the story. Forged Destiny is a good story that if they've removed the fucking rubiness out of it, would have made for a perfectly serviceable original story. I think all the villains in Forged Destiny were complete ass. Yeah. I believe Cinderfall was the Fire Army commander, yeah. Silver's the best John fic. Yeah. Yeah.
I've certainly read worse John fics. We've seen a lot of them on this show.
Let's see, Remnants or Claimer? I've honestly never even heard of this one. Let's see. Ruby finds herself facing the end, pushes herself, world breaks, one fluid moment, everything changes. 23-year-old Ruby finds herself spilling into the dorm of Team Ruby of 15-year-old world. Okay, yeah, I mean, all right. It's an interesting one. I mean, yeah, it certainly sounds interesting. It actually sounds like they got something going on with that. I think my main issue with this story at a first glance is that it's labeled romance drama. It's a Blake times Ruby story.
Uh-oh.
And it took them 2 years to get 100k words. I will say it's like, you know, it's like when you get 100, like, when you come out with a really original idea, and it's like you're doing something like Forged Destiny, like this story, Forged Destiny got 1.1 million words over the course of 4 years, which is pretty fucking impressive, first off. But it is about the rate you need to update at. if you are doing some real OG original story off the rails shit, you gotta update. Because if you don't update, people ain't gonna remember shit. Silver died. Did Silver die? Oh, it's been 2 years. Honestly, I 100% recommend you still read it. Silver, it was an amazing fic. And if you got nothing else to read, it is still a genuinely good fic, and there's not much of a cliffhanger going on with each chapter, so there's no real, like, if you know... I don't like that thing you posted. I don't like any of those things you posted. Reclaimer is a product of its time, like Silver.
Reclaimer.
I wouldn't call Silver a product of its time. I would call Silver an exploration into aura in a far more serious way than Rooster Teeth would ever do. John and Don Machi fic was solid. Shame it died at the start of Arc 2. John and Don Machi. I don't think I've ever read that one. I'm gonna be honest, I didn't read a lot of RWBY crossover because I liked RWBY for RWBY taking place in the RWBY world. If you take the RWBY characters out of RWBY, you kind of just end up with generic fantasy heroes 1 through 4.
Not even particularly interesting versions of them.
Yeah. Like, fucking with the world was the most interesting part of RWBY for me. Mending the Knots, 100% does not deserve to be on the front page at fucking all. Mending the Knots is an attempt at doing a John starts a blank AU story. Within this instance, obviously, it's, you know, a massage parlor. And tries to play off the whole, oh, well, you know, everyone just happens to go to John's place to get a massage. Because a bunch of wacky hijinks occurs to make them all go. And it was on it, like, it was really contrived, like 110% contrived, and the author even has the characters call out how contrived some of the scenarios were to make certain characters go to the massage parlor to get involved in that drama. And he was like, oh, aren't I so witty? I'm making the characters call it out in the story. And my response to him was, no, you're not fucking witty. Blake is obviously the whore. No. No, Blake physically can't be the whore. She runs away before she could ever put out.
Yeah.
No, I think the problem is she'll put out at least once and then realize it's nowhere near as good, so she can cox a reason to run away.
No, not even. No. Because getting to the point of putting out would actually require her to be around someone long enough.
I mean, I hear you. Like, she definitely banged Adam at least once.
Nope. Nah. Nah, man. Nah. Not Rooster Teeth's version. I wouldn't call Ruby a whore either. Yeah, no, that's... Weiss is 110% the sort of person who would totally do the, well, my daddy doesn't want me to do this, so I'm gonna fuck 20 guys in a goddamn train. Yeah, Ruby is definitely the autistic kissless virgin who thinks hand-holding is too far before marriage. Yeah.
I don't like the fact that you're correct.
Yeah. Trying to get Orph on here now. Also, Max might not be showing up tonight.
Might not?
Yeah. Fuck you, I had to deal with a move-in today. Coco and Yang are in competition to see who gets the most STDs. No, Coco feels like the sort of person who in college would brag about how many dates she's gone on with people, but would always come up with a reason as to why they can't have sex.
No, I feel like Coco's the kind of person who would just look at someone in the face and be like, I don't want to fuck you, you're ugly.
Yeah, that's fair. That's fair.
Right? Or even something just like, yeah, I'm not feeling it.
But no, Yang is 100% the person who exits college with a 3-digit body count. Whether that's killing people or fucking them, that's honestly really in the moment.
Could be both.
Could be both. Yeah. Night of Salem. Again, it was a really contrived story where everyone around John, who is all canon characters, just so happened to all secretly be Salem worshippers through increasingly intricate plots justifying as to why they were secretly Salem worshippers, and no one ever noticed until now. Like, Nora and Ren being orphans and then raised to worship Salem. Believable, actually. Nora is 100% hand-holding, missionary, only with Lyren. A gamer's life when he wants to avoid the plot. By Flameclaw. I think this is the one Flameclaw story I never read, specifically because he marked it as hiatus, and it hasn't updated in 2 years.
Ugh.
And being that Flameclaw typically has a 6 month to 1 year update speed on all his stories that don't have hiatus marked on them, I feel like he really means it with this one.
Honestly, what's making me depressed is, speaking of things that just don't ever update, that fucking Dungeon Keeper, Sailor Moon crossover that you linked me.
Oh, yeah, where Amy is the Dungeon Keeper?
Yeah, that's still excellent.
Yeah, it really
Dead
is.
as hell, but...
Yeah, dead as fucking hell, man. That was written by Earth Scorpion, right?
I think so.
Yeah. Yeah, they come back occasionally and they'll like write like 5 chapters and then just not fucking say anything about it.
I keep it in like my check once every 4-month tab.
Mm-hmm. Well, let's talk about popular Ruby stories. Reminds me of some of the junk food stories I used to enjoy. Well, you know, can't say the same. It's a grim evolution. Dying to some random mistake was how I wanted to finish my Monday? No, but it is very in line for a Monday. Receiving a new life with a gamer system might have placated me until I realized I was dropped into the world of Ruby as a grim. Oh, yeah, I think I remember this story. Yeah, this was actually, like, mildly okay. Oh, wait, no, maybe it wasn't okay, because it says it updated August 16th, and if it was even mildly okay, I would have at least followed it. Eight months since Dungeons and Devils updated? Dungeons and Devils. Is that another Flameclaw story? Yeah, that's typical of him. The game of grim consequences, the characters are grim. Yeah, blah blah blah. Okay, so congratulations, you died. Normal monologuing. Why don't you read it aloud to find out? Yeah, it's Flameclaw. Yeah, I figured as much. Now I am normal person. I am a completely normal person interacting on a chill Discord. And I will not give up the names of my co-conspirators. That's a classic.
Real and true.
Ignore my weirdness, please, 20-year-old university student. I love gaming, reading, and anime. I am an average person who just wants average, peaceful life. So you can imagine I am surprised when a 5-foot-tall scaffolding collapses and kills me instantly. Please let me into the planetarium. I am normal and can be trusted with knowledge of the stars.
Yes. Sounds good to me.
So anyway, congratulations, you died. Unfortunate death. God decided to apologize to you. You see, you weren't meant to die. Small mistake caused you to die, so instead we'll resurrect you in somewhere else. We're going to the Ruby world. Choose your evolution path. What kind of universe would be this? Draconic evolution path chosen. Okay, I'm gonna be honest. I think I remember reading Game of Grim Consequences actually then, because the story I'm remembering started with the guy being a dog. He got that dog in him, and his main interaction cast was Team Ruby. So they got that dog in them too.
White women.
That is actually how you don't get recruited by the U.S. military, is when the recruiter sends you a recruitment request, you respond with that meme.
Yeah. Of course.
I mean, again, the other option is to just do what Sneaky and I did, which is tell the truth.
Yes.
Yep.
Son, would you like to join the U.S. Navy? I don't know. Do you take people without depth perception to drive the boats?
Dragons. Now, to be fair, picking dragons generally is just the best option, period. Doesn't really matter the setting. Would you like to start a tutorial? Oh my god, I got the gamer ability! Alright, so...
I got the gamer ability!
Yeah, blah blah blah, gamer's mind, gamer's body, blah blah blah, skills inventory, blah blah blah, stat sheet, blah blah blah. Grim, I am a soul Grim of the Draconic class. My stats are 5 and everything besides wisdom, which is 6. I'm a Grim with a soul. I still don't understand. Okay, well, you don't really sound unhappy about being a Grim. I have a soul, so I can get aura and semblances, but can I do that as a Grim? I need to obtain a human form. Oh god, you know what? I honestly do not miss this fucking era. For thinking about the gamer system and how it might work, gain 1 point to your wisdom and intelligence. I do not miss that era at all.
Oh god.
It was the
The
cringiest.
gamer and its consequences have been a disaster for fanfiction.net.
Honestly, it really has. Honestly, it really has. It was such a cringe ass era, and you had all of these people who were like, "Oh, well, I am going to save my points and not upgrade my power level ever until I'm actually in trouble and need to splurge it all on some super ability and gain lightning fast reflexes, and then now, oh no, I one-shot everyone now and nothing's a challenge anymore." It's like, well, yeah, author, nothing's a challenge anymore because you kept making the character's power level restricted for so long, you forgot that you're supposed to be slowly escalating in terms of power level, but instead you didn't, and so then when your character went fucking Super Saiyan while they were still in the tutorial, you're like,
I remember one gamer story. I don't know like what fucking like material was, but where the character just like dumped all their points into Wiz because wisdom, and then they realized because of their high wisdom, they realized, oh fuck, that was a bad idea.
I think we read the same story because I remember that.
Yeah,
I remember that. I think it was was that a worm story?
if it was a worm story, then I've only read that quote from it. But I think it might have been DxD.
It was either Worm, DxD, or Naruto.
I would not read Worm if you held a gun to my head, so it's probably not Worm.
But do you remember any other scenes from that story?
I'm like 70% sure it was DxD in some form.
Yeah, right.
Might have been DxD.
That all might. I think it was DxD.
Wait, what's this?
Oh, you know what? I think it was a self-insert Issei story.
Yeah. Well, that's like all the fucking gamer story, like half of them maybe.
Yeah.
Wait, which story is this?
A story where specifically it was probably a self-insert Issei DxD story where the main character has gamer powers and then saved a bunch of points and then was like, oh, if I dump all my points into wisdom, which is really hard to level up, I'll be able to make better decisions. And then they did so, and they had like 150 wisdom when they started with like 5. And then they were like, oh, with my high wisdom, I now realize dumping 150 points into it was pretty fucking stupid.
I was at first thinking that was Seer Kings, but that is not Seer Kings.
Yeah, it might unironically have been a Shiro story.
No, 100% I can guarantee you it wasn't a Shiro story because I don't read Shiro stories.
That's fair, yeah. Yeah, no, that's fair.
So you 100% read it? It wasn't just posted in quotes?
Well, I don't...
Yeah.
Well, I really don't remember anything ever written in
I
quotes.
remember the fucking fanfiction.net.
So I feel like
reading
that
on it.
was... I feel like that was from his very first DxD self-insert. That's the thing.
I mean, it might have been copied to other stories.
Probably.
Maybe. I mean, I'm a motherfucker reads this shit all the time.
I never read any Shiro stories, but I do remember favoriting and following that gamer story. That
Wait, wait. No, I don't think it was a Shiro story.
Yeah, no, it wasn't a Shiro story.
It wasn't very different from a Shiro story though, so you know.
Yeah. Was there a gotcha in that story?
I believe so. Yeah.
Yeah.
I am also just making it up, but yeah, I believe so.
Wait, then that's not Flameclaw, is it?
No, this came before Flameclaw.
Holy fuck, this vodka sucks. Ugh.
Emiya, Shiro, and Taylor Hebert fighting out who is the more boring, overdone protagonist.
Taylor Hebert.
Shiro.
I don't know, Shiro canonically fucks.
You're not wrong.
True.
However, I say Shiro is more overdone because everyone uses Shiro, and they even use Shiro in Fate at times. So this is even canon somewhat. They use him as a cure-all to, oh fuck, I wrote myself into a corner. Now Shiro's gonna pull some sword out of his ass that fixes the problem.
Oh yeah, Miyu versus Shiro, Prisma Ilya Shiro.
Oh, I agree.
Taylor
my
does
God,
have
you're
sex too.
alive.
Also,
Right.
yeah, Gray's
With
alive.
Ryan. For what? Yeah, for now.
And I only say Taylor is less an overdone protagonist. Mostly because almost no one writes canon Taylor.
True.
Yeah.
To be fair, almost no one writes canon Shiro as well.
50-50 on that, honestly. I think
Everyone forgets his sassy attitude and his thoughts.
Well, no one really forgets. No one really forgets that. It's no one's actually read the light novel. 99% of people that are writing Shiro as a main character have only ever seen the Dean verse or the UFO table.
Pretty sure it's
animal.
Yeah, I'm pretty sure it's the ufotable one.
Actually, no, you'd be surprised. Most people in the Fate section of fanfiction have only seen Dean.
Really?
Yeah.
I thought the more recent bits were all ufotable ones.
No, they're honestly more dedicated fans. I think the issue is that Fate, the Dean verse Shiro was actually broadcasted back in the day in the US, but ufotable was only ever fan subbed.
Yeah, that does make sense.
And a microcosm of people who even know what Prisma Ilya is.
Yeah. Actually, I feel like there's an in-between. It's Dean's Day Night, UBW that gets forgotten, and then everyone knows the Heaven's Feel one as well.
Everyone knows Heaven's Feel. I would say less because of Heaven's Feel.
Yeah.
And more because of the power-ups involved in Heaven's Feel route.
Yes, like Archer's Arm. Damn, that's some good Paul Cracklin I got.
But yeah, I definitely don't feel that a majority of people know Shiro's actual character and that he's like super sassy internal monologuing. And then, honestly, Fate Stay Abridged was genuinely closer to Shiro's actual character being translated into an anime
than the anime
itself. Yeah,
it was great. Like, people don't realize that Archer's sass came from fucking somewhere. It wasn't just something he built from being jaded.
Yeah. Like, fucking Shiro's monologue in the goddamn light novel is like, Shiro's like, sees something, proceeds to give 3 paragraphs mocking it, its mother, its relatives, and everyone around it.
I still remember 5 minutes on Tiger's introduction, just roasting her in his mind.
Just an
how she'll never
absolute
get a
fucking
relationship.
an unending roast is going on. It's like Jesus Christ.
And Tiger's just there eating breakfast happy.
Yeah, so a lot of people focus pretty heavily on I'm a retard anime shiro.
Swords.
Yeah,
People
swords.
die when they are killed.
Swords. I am swords. Swords. Swords.
I dream of this sword. Yes.
Yeah, so Taylor is when she's actually written, Canon Taylor is funny as fuck because you don't even need to try with her. You can just have her off the cuff justify anything.
Sounds like a woman.
Well, I mean, it's part of it. Another wild bone moment. Let's see. A great one. Protest. Booker stuck with me. A person of color. You know, I can't keep up with this fucking language these days. It's like person of color is racist. Now colored person's racist. Now person of color again.
Humanoid on the color spectrum.
The
is
melanated
racist.
ones, I'm gonna call them.
Shadow people.
No, let's separate shadow people from the melanated ones because that's a very different thing.
Yeah, I still remember seeing Jimmy on a foggy morning just standing there menacingly. He was quite nice.
Yeah.
He just watched me.
Yeah.
Fair.
Okay, harassed by police. But there was no proof to any of these situations. Only them saying it. Okay.
Alright then.
Then cameras on the police became a thing. A few shots they say were taken out of context. Then video cameras became a thing, and they say, "Oh, those are too blurry, and there's not enough footage, and not enough angles, and voices are hard to make out." Then higher resolution cameras and better video, and then everyone had a camera, and then full video from multiple phones. Without just cause. Okay. Well, okay, so honestly, honestly, they had more justification before everyone had a camera, because even back in the day when it was just really the video footage coming out was just police cameras of, you know, like the body camera, that those usually only activate like after shit's gone down, because back then the police had to actually click a button on it to start recording. That's if they remembered to do that, and then the camera would delay for 30 seconds, and then it would start recording.
Yep. Kind of weird, honestly.
Yeah, because you know it makes sense, because the first 30 seconds were supposed to be like this, like you know, isolating event sort of thing where you could turn it off, but most police didn't remember to turn it on, because like the police, when they start the whole thing, are supposed to turn it on, but most police don't remember to turn it on until shit actually is happening, and they're like, oh fuck, right, I'm gonna get my... Well, in a majority of cases, the courts found that was not the case. Most of the time, it was police would only turn it on later when shit started going down, the courts found, because the police were like, oh fuck, I am going to get so much trouble if my camera's not on, you know, after I fire my gun. But what full video ended up doing was proving, well, thanks to the media, it ended up proving pretty much every major media scandal to be absolutely false and made up.
Furious.
Yeah. So, honestly, it was better back in the days when the police were being stupid and didn't know how to cover their ass. Yeah. Also, a bunch of permanently on police camera footage has now started to come flowing out since around 2018, and it's been also pretty fucking hilarious, because it's showing the police are not actually racist; they're just assholes. because footage is popping up of like the police harassing
man.
this blind person for having a cane and not identifying the cane to the police when he's approaching the police, and so they seize the cane from the blind guy, saying that it's a potential weapon that he didn't identify to them. And he's like, I don't know what the fuck you're talking about.
Bro, do
Because
you
he's
think that
blind.
he's secretly fucking Daredevil?
Yeah, and shit like that, where it's just like these people, like these police are just assholes.
I mean,
Yeah, it turns out when you have
of
low entry standards because you have a desperate need for police, you really quickly end up with a bunch of underqualified assholes.
And
Yeah,
it's
that's
not,
fair.
It's not just underqualified assholes, and it's not just
No,
assholes.
I know, but when you have low standards
Right.
because you need to get people in because you don't have enough bodies,
Right. No,
You
I
end
get
up.
you. Yeah. And the other reason as to why a lot of shootings occur, is not because police are racist. Unless you're a black police officer. Black police officers are 25% more likely to shoot black people in an incident than a white police officer. I don't make these numbers up, they just exist, okay? Anyway, the reason why a lot of shootings happen, okay, not a lot. I would say a large minority of shootings occur is because of female police officers. And it's not always female police officers having substandard qualifications in terms of the physical realm. It's also female police officers trying to do things that they are not capable of doing, but they're trying to do it anyway because they want to be, they want to seem tough. And then I'm remembering one incident specifically where this fucking literally retarded kid. I say kid, but he was like 25, but he lived with his mom because he had like the intelligence of like a sixth grader. Not a sixth grader, a 6-year-old. He stole beer from the local gas station. And by stole, I mean he walked into the gas station, grabbed a case of beer, and walked out. And the gas station guy was like, well, I have to report this because it's a theft. And, because of insurance, I have to report this. But this is pretty normal, so, like, I'm not really gonna, throw up a fuss about this. He's retarded. I'm not gonna hold it against him. His mom always pays for the beer he takes in the end. But a female police officer showed up at the location, and dispatch told her to wait, and she's like, nah, I got this. And she walks up to the door and demands the retarded guy come out, and then starts threatening the retarded guy, and then starts threatening the retarded guy's mom. And so the retarded guy attacks her because she's just like waving her fucking pistol around now, and gets really close to the retarded guy, and the retarded guy is like got a good 2 feet on her effectively, and like 100 pounds, and just fucking throws her about like a goddamn rag doll. And so she freaks out and just starts firing wildly and ends up killing the dude's mom.
Fucking idiot.
Yeah, because she went into a situation that she was told to wait on because she wanted to feel tough, and then she had to use her pistol because she was physically inferior to the person she was trying to arrest. And unfortunately, that is a large minority of incidents from what I've seen. And it's not always a woman. It's a physically inferior cop getting into a situation for one reason or another, and then being forced to resort to using their pistol instead of, subduing them. But, yeah, Wild Bow's always his own enemy. Yep, pretty much.
Always has been.
Didn't Shiro blank
Always
saber?
will be.
Yes. Man transfer sex? Yes. Shiro has canonically fucked, I believe, Rin, Saber. I believe there was one version where he had sex with Sakura.
Heaven
No, there's
forbid.
definitely
Yeah.
more than
Yeah.
one version.
There's more than one, yeah.
He did also have sex with Ryder.
Yes, but he didn't even realize he was doing it because she invaded his dreams and then wrote him in his sleep.
Yeah.
If you don't actually do it in the real world, does it count?
No. She had sex with him in his dreams while she fucked him in the real world.
Okay, so just to be clear, she made him think it's a dream, it's harmless, and then meanwhile she's just waiting for him to start humping the air.
She was waiting for the morning wood.
Mm.
Yes.
I'm not sure. Is that rape? Yes.
Yes.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's a
it
little
is.
bit rape, yeah.
No, not a little
yeah.
bit.
It's
having intercourse with him under circumstances into which he did not consent.
I mean,
Yes,
if he
but-
consents in his dream.
No, but that's different because that's consent. That is under
Yeah.
false pretenses.
That's fair.
Oh, that's fair.
Like right, like because there's been a bunch of stuff like this, right, where a woman pretends to be a guy and penetrates someone with a strap on, and then later it turns out they're a woman, and right, and people successfully sued because they didn't consent to that. They thought they were having sex with Jim, not Jenny.
Oh yeah, I remember that where she tricked multiple women into thinking she was a guy. Yep.
Right, and
Yeah.
they're like, yeah, I thought it was weird, but whatever. He was super nice. Like, he's like, I want to do it with the lights off, all off.
Also, you have to wear a blindfold when we're dating.
Not suspicious at all.
You know, honestly, I don't think it really would have worked on a guy. We're too stupid, and we probably would have peeked through the blindfold just because we wanted to see what we're not supposed to see. But meanwhile, women with the bondage fetish and the being told to do things fetish and the all the other fetishes.
I mean, it's not even necessarily a fetish. If they're just like, well, they seem like a nice person, and I don't want to ruin the relationship, and wear a blindfold or turn off all the lights isn't the weirdest thing I've ever done.
Like I said, women.
No, but like,
I know, dude, I'm sorry, but if the stipulations for my relationship with you is that every time we interact IRL, you have to wear a blindfold and keep all the lights off.
no, because like, for instance,
Bro,
that
I would think that person's just robbing me when I have a blindfold on.
Yeah, exactly, like, right?
Hiding my shit, and then grabbing it later.
Yeah.
well, like for instance, I know that like what happened with this because I remember because I brought up on this case because I was fascinated by that, right? Like, when she met them in public, she always wore like a hat or a hoodie, like wore bulky clothing so that you couldn't really tell like the body shape, and like if you wear a tight sports bra or get an actual binder, like, and they're wearing a bunch of loose fitting clothing, yeah, that could be really hard to tell, especially if they decided to like go to a gym and bulk up, which this one woman did.
Mm-hmm.
But yeah, anyway, like it's not like they was like, was it a little weird? Yes, but if you're like, oh no, they love me and I have a connection with them, like when you're looking at someone through rose tinted glasses, all the red flags just seem like flags.
Well, more like all the red flags seem like goalposts. You know what? We're currently right now we've been going through, getting a little bit sidetracked, but we've been going through the Ruby top 10 list effectively.
At Nose's request.
Oh,
No.
and
That Noses
Why-
request, yes,
Yeah.
Nose requested
Why am I not-
this.
Why am I
No, I
not
didn't.
surprised Stein's old fic is on there?
Now, I want to be
Oh
clear.
yeah, I know, right?
Nose did this for the purposes of inflicting mental damage
Okay,
to
yeah.
another person.
So, someone is insisting that something is not of homosexual nature. That is all I will say. And I am trying to prove them wrong.
I'm pretty sure. Okay, Okay, so some of the last Ruby fics, I'm pretty sure fit the exact definition of what you were looking for. Then
They were.
Thank you.
In fact, I sent him the one where I was like, well, this is just exactly what the man needed.
Good. I can make the person who keeps posting some weird shit shut the fuck up.
yeah, I don't think they will.
They won't.
Unfortunately, you can't logically argue with someone who's emotionally put themselves into a position. But speaking of which, everyone remember my abominable monster classmates can't be this cute?
No.
What the
No.
fuck? What the fuck is that?
It was actually a pretty good Ruby fic back in the day. It updated pretty frequently. Actually, it's still updating. January 4th is the last update. Goddamn. But okay, so the premise is retarded. Don't get me wrong here. The premise is goddamn retarded, right? So the premise of this story is that Salem kidnapped the entire cast of the generation of Ruby.
Turned them into Grim, and now they're all cute.
Dumped them all in the Grim pools, and the ones that survived turned into Grim hybrids. And then she brainwashed them all into thinking they were all her children. And that now they're currently in a Grim Academy where they learn how to Grim better and how to be human better so they can infiltrate society and cause it to collapse.
Damn, that empty nest syndrome hit hard.
Yeah. And it's got great shit in it, like Salem keeps Summer locked up in the dungeons of the academy so she can go there constantly and tease.
My source is that I made it the fuck up.
Thank you. So she can go to the dungeon constantly and tease Summer about how she's become Ruby's real mom and how Ruby is going to destroy everything Summer loved, and she's ripped out Summer's eyes, and etc., etc. And so basically the plot of the story is that John somehow magically follows a link that Watts left accidentally on a forum somewhere, and goes
enroll in the Grim Academy.
Yeah, somehow enrolls in the Grim Academy, and
I thought it was going to lead to Salem's torture porn file.
No, so it's the author tries basically to do a somewhat remember Rosario plus Vampire?
Yes. That makes no sense because Grim naturally instinctually kill humans.
Yeah.
They don't think, they just attack and sometimes eat you while you're still alive.
By the way, I just want to take a second.
What?
I want to take a second. So
Shit,
Sneaky.
Elmo.
Yes.
Baldur's Gate 3.
Yes.
There's some ball cultists getting up to some nonsense.
Yes.
In Baldur's Gate,
Yeah,
right? They
wow.
always do it. You have someone who's a reformed Sharan priestess in your party. You enter the Temple of Baal, and she just goes, "Oh my god, why are Baal and Merkel and I forget what the other one of the Dread 3 is. Why are they so fucking edgy? It's all blood and bones and spikes. At least Shar had some nice architecture." And like, in fairness, Shar's temples are generally pretty cool architecturally speaking. Like,
yeah, I get you.
It's not like walking into a super mutant camp.
Right, so yeah, the premise is basically that Rosario Vampire plays out, but John is security! And Ruby takes the place of Mocha. And, Ruby helps John cover up the fact that he's a human in the academy.
I'm gonna be honest though.
Yeah.
At the very least, Ruby with her silver eyes is probably the only one that might not be fully like brainwashed by being turned into a Grim or something.
No, she was pretty fucked up.
Well, then this is stupid.
Yeah.
You should have had it that her silver eyes gave her a bit of her humanity still left instead.
Yeah, no, if it wasn't for the fact that John was her first friend because she was quote-unquote considered too nice as a Grimm, so all the other Grimm bullied her, and John was the first person who was nice to her, so she felt bad about killing him and eating his insides. Also, he smelled really nice because she wanted to fuck him.
Is that how that works?
Yes.
Why is Ruby a mix of Ugly Duckling and Rudolph the Red-Nosed Reindeer?
Oh.
I suppose if you wanted to make the story like the Grimm feed off all negative emotions, defining negative on a strict white-black moral axis from like the 1400s, I guess you could do a thing with that. But honestly, it just kind of feels contrived.
Oh, it was heavily contrived. It was heavily contrived, and even got to the point where, like I said, this is a Rosario vampire style story where the reason why the rest of Team Ruby gets involved in wanting to fuck John is even more ridiculous. So, like, Yang decides, oh, by the way, all of their weapons are incorporated into their bodies somehow. So Ruby still has her scythe, but it's like scythe legs or some shit. And Yang still has her shotgun gauntlets, except it's actually a gorilla arm that explodes when she punches things with it. So yeah, effectively all of the Grimm human hybrids have a defect in their human form, which is actually their air quotes Grimm form, which is what their weapon ends up being in canon.
Actually, wasn't that a weapon from New Vegas? There was like a power fist when you punch people, it explodes.
Yes, it's called the two-step goodbye.
No. So there's the displacer gauntlets, which do that, and then the two-step goodbye is a special version of that.
Those were fun. I liked those.
What the heck?
As for the story, it seems like they either should have made it so that Salem is trying to, I don't know, bridge the gaps between humans and Grimm or something like that. But this isn't the sort of story you can tell while trying to stay true to Ruby canon at all.
Well, he wasn't trying to stay true to Ruby canon. He was also trying to. He honestly was trying to stay more true to Rosario Vampire's, setup than he was to Ruby canon.
Mm-hmm.
That pisses me off a bit because that means he's probably made Blake be Missouri, and that she deserves better.
One of them also had a fucking tail. I think it was either Ruby. It was a bladed tail, which, by the way, the dishwasher pictures are not exact representations. Yeah. But it was either Weiss or Ruby that had a fucking bladed tail.
It would probably be Ruby then, I think.
I think it was Ruby. She like wrapped it around him several times. So
I would have thought that would be a Blake
like
thing with the ribbon on her, with the ribbon she uses on a gun and blade.
Yeah. Well, it wasn't Blake. Blake was actually a really creepy failed hybrid. No, she was worse than that. Like, her whole fucking body was like a giant mishmash of spider webs, and all the Grimm hybrids hated looking at her because of how disgusting she was, and so she hides under Ruby's bed and forms this yandere relationship with John. And like, she rapes him in one episode, or she almost rapes him in one episode with her paralyzing toxin, and basically goes full-on night terror on him. And because she's like, oh, well, you didn't reject me by running away, so now I'm gonna freeze you in place and rape you.
I guess if this is just for the author to get their jollies.
Like I said, it was an it's a teen story. No sex ever happens as far as I'm aware. But it was extremely contrived. I enjoyed the first couple chapters of it because I thought it was funny. But then it just got continuously more and more contrived about how somehow John, without huntsman training, without a semblance, without aura, somehow manages to successfully pretend his way through, Rosario vampire style, through the Grimm school. And yeah, Salem totally knows he's a human, and she thinks it's hilarious, and she wants to make a bet on how long he lives.
I'm gonna be honest. That would actually be probably, with how long lived she is. That's probably the part that I could actually believe.
Oh yeah, exactly. Exactly.
Honestly, the more I looked at Rosario Vampire, I was more just like, where the fuck are they going with this road building? This fucking world building is weird as fuck. I care more
In
about
the
that
end,
than the
just a
entire
lot of
story.
pointless escalation that never actually becomes satisfying.
Yeah.
Also, I think Aliens.
I think I think Aliens were involved in the sequel.
Yeah, it might be. I read that back in like middle school.
Yeah.
I was probably thinking, just like, is this just World of Darkness but shittier?
It's World of Darkness, but
shittier.
None of the occult lore is cool.
Yeah.
And all of the monsters are simultaneously woobies and jerkasses.
Yeah. Also, super overpowered, but humans can take them on.
Yes. Also, vampires have basically no traditional vampiric traits, but are still totally vampires, guys.
They're just Super Saiyans. That's
essentially.
Yeah.
Well, actually, wasn't there a vampire that literally got stronger the more you hurt them?
Yes.
Yes.
Yeah. Literally
that was the author's fetish,
probably.
Let's see. Games we play. I'm not going to talk about that. I've talked plenty about that. Technician. Technician is the one where John becomes Tony Stark. It's a crap-ass story. More Coralaran stories of his older variety, so it's no surprise they're up here on the favorites. Overlord. Overlord. I remember reading Overlord. Yeah, being born into the room as a Grimm. Oh, yeah, this is the one I read. This was also dog shit.
Yes. And then there's Flame Claws, which is
okay. God's Ascension and Remnant is actually fucking hilarious.
Is that the one where he has earth magic and he makes friends with Hero?
No, that's the one where he has a gamer system, but the gamer system is based off of RTS style black and white faith system.
Oh.
And so he basically has like a 10-foot range outside of his shrine and no power at all until he meets either Summer or Ruby, and they like become his first fanatical. I think it was Ruby. They become like his first fanatical priestess.
Sweet, I'll go try it.
Yeah, I'm pretty sure that's what this one was. Yeah, I'm telling you, my God. Yeah. I think that's what this one was, and it's actually fairly funny.
Well, then I'll give it a try. Sounds like a good time waster.
Yeah, I mean, it's probably never going to update again, so.
You never know.
Yeah, I mean, it's Flameclaw, so. Unless he puts hiatus or canceled on it, he pretty much updates it eventually someday. Yeah. What's page 2? I gotta know. Okay, so more core. Fat flying whale. Okay, Systema absolutely deserves to be on the front page. Does not deserve to be on page 2. Systema? Yeah, Systema is a Gamer John story. It's great.
The only Ruby story I would say was actually decent.
It is the most pog gamer story on this website. The author literally programmed an RNG system with literally thousands of results in terms of creatures, item rewards, skills, random encounters. He has the program up on his fucking Patreon. You can pay like $20 for it. But yeah, he wrote a full ass program for every single part of the story. So like
Damn.
when like John gets attacked by something, or he unlocks something, or he gets a loot drop, he's running this program.
Wow.
And it's actually random. Like, it's not selected by the author. Oh, hoo hee ha. It just happens to be exactly what John needs for this build that I want him to do.
Oh.
It's
Roll to sleep with
genuinely
Ruby.
RNG. Yeah.
Roll to sleep with Ruby.
No.
Critical failure 1. Fallout window.
So yeah, it's possibly the best gamer story on the website. It's really unfortunate that it's probably never updating again. But it has 101 chapters and about 6K words per chapter, so...
It's a good amount.
Yeah.
I'll give it a try then.
Pretty good, yeah.
Some more cringe-ass core stories. More cringe-ass core stories. More cringe-ass core stories. More cringe-ass core stories. The Dragon Contractor. Are you fucking kidding me? This dog shit story is up here, really?
4K favorites.
This story is absolutely dog shit. We've read this story before on the podcast, and it's the most contrived garbage ever. Like, it starts the fucking story off with John getting kicked out of the house and abused because he's not able to use a sword correctly, but his abuse was the trigger for some sort of fucking summoning scroll to pop out of reality, and it summons dragons, and so he goes on this literal time skip, plot skip, where 5 years later he shows back up and he's like this total god-ending badass with all these dragons under his command, and he proceeds to Chad fuck his way through the entire female cast in the series.
Well, it can't be any worse than the story that we had this Tuesday, actually.
Do you realize how little that narrows it down?
This Tuesday.
Yeah, that's a good point.
Also, if you scroll down a bit, you'll find someone else reposting Ryugi's The Games We Play.
Oh yeah, we already went over that one. More core stories. LinkedIn Life and Love. That was a cringe ass story. Don't bother reading it. Into the Archive. Into the Archive. Before a Chance. Archive. Multiverse. That's another React. Yeah, garbage ass story. Arc Royale. Osmond's side against Salem's side. Oh wait, this is the core fic where all the Johns from all of his other stories show up for some reason supporting Ozpin or Salem. Another person copying the games we play. Because over here we have the games we play by RGM005 over here. I guess this is the more complete version that someone copy pasted. I do appreciate that. I was talking to Ryugi, and he does admit that the games we play was one of the biggest mistakes he ever did.
Yes.
Oh, of course.
Why am I being pinged? Oh yeah, dude, that fucking tornado. Yeah, Jesus Christ. Those fucking tornadoes, man, are crazy.
What tornadoes?
China is currently speedrunning natural disasters.
Maybe they shouldn't have lost the mandate of heaven.
Yeah, that's what I said.
Real. Xi Jinping is not the son of heaven.
The second choice, what the fuck? Oh, Penny times John? That's okay. Yeah, so, Jesus Christ, Core has written so many stories since I stopped fucking bothering with him.
Yeah, and he's never stopped, and it's all Ruby.
The more multiverse John stories, Gamer Arc.
Yeah, by Smiling Jester as
Um,
well. Sounds familiar, but I don't know
It's-
where from.
It sounds familiar, but I think it was just mildly okay, honestly.
I was talking about the author. I feel like I know him from
Live,
from a
Die,
different
Repeat. Okay, so
stuff.
it's quite literally just that one sci-fi story. Don't bother with it. One Night Brand. No. John and Blake are dating. No one really gets it. Okay, this one's kind of funny.
I've seen that one.
It was kind of
I've never
funny.
read it because I don't really like Jean and Blake. Oh fuck! I know Smiling Jester. He's in the KHR fandom.
Oh yeah, okay, that makes sense. Yeah.
Oh, fucking course he is. Ugh. Yeah, the Harry Potter KHR crossover. I should have known.
See, Just a Merchant. That could be an interesting, amusing story. Ever wonder how merchants keep showing up in the most dangerous places? I don't, because what I'm doing is being that in-game merchant, traveling to those dangerous places to sell shit.
Honestly,
Honestly,
How dead is it?
Last updated in July. Okay, so it's only been a year. It might be decent, but again, it's only got 12 chapters to it and 50k words, which honestly does not inspire confidence.
No.
Harry Pog. Yes, Harry Pogger. So this is this is an old classic. Ruby the Dark Game of Life by the Player One Company. Yeah. Holy shit, this is a classic. 22 chapters and 500k words. This shit's old and classic.
Just because it's old doesn't mean it's classic.
No. It's a classic gamer story where a lot of shit got inspiration from. As far as I was aware, it was one of the first that came up with the grim corruption system that pretty much every gamer story after 2016 implemented in their story. Arn would honestly find some interest in this story. He does very based things such as humanoid eyes, grim, and then fuck them.
I think that's more of a sign thing, but alright.
I mean, yeah, you know, it is what it is. I just figured you being almost as horny as Sign.
Well, I mean, I think being as horny as Sign is like physically impossible.
It's a debuff.
Yeah. No, it's like, I mean, I appreciate the praise, but I don't think I can live up to that standard. I'm sorry.
Very few beings are as horny as Sign.
Yes.
Yeah.
Another Gamer John story that I've never even heard of, so it's probably dog shit. Oh yeah, Pot and Pan. Tending to the Soul. Honestly, this one was actually not that bad. And it's completed, so I will link this here. So, Tending to the Soul is John gets rejected from Beacon, starts up a bar, and, feeds Huntsman alcohol to make things better. Honestly, it ended where it should have, with the fall of Beacon. That's where the story ended, because that's all it really needed to be written for it. It was honestly good. They didn't try and pull some bullshit like with Mending the Knots or with another cup of whatever the fuck the core wrote. Where in the end they tried to get John re-involved in the Huntsman shit. Tending to the Soul did not. It had its theory and it stuck to that.
Restraint.
Yes.
Impressive.
Yes. Cringe. Ruby watches the multiverse. Cringe. Drunk Arkwitch marriage. Cringe. Somehow John marries Glinda because they both got absolutely smashed. John Arc, the all-rounder. He's just the bestest, greatest, knightest, swords masterest person ever. He gets an entire harem of women because he's just so isms. Let's see. More garbage. A Man of Honor, John times Neo. AU, where John is expelled from Beacon and infiltrates the Vale Mafia, and ends up. I guess
Of
looks
what,
like.
2 people?
Well. Yeah.
Yeah, I mean, listen, there's like.
Oh, so
3
the
hours,
woman
sorry. I forgot Junior on
whisperer.
his week.
Yeah.
This is a funny one. So you guys all remember the fucking boob whispering power from DxD?
This one is for women.
This one's just for women in general, and John. That's what John's semblance is.
All right.
It was really stupid. It definitely lives up to the humor tag on it. But the author never really found footing in where they're going with it. See, Game of the Wizard, never heard of it. Honestly, I'm honestly shocked that the R.A. Fuerta story, The Elementalist, is not here. Like, we were on page 3, and I'm still not seeing The Elementalist. The Elementalist was an amazing adaptation into Ruby.
Was that not in the wouldn't that be in the crossover section? I thought you were just...
Nope, it wasn't a crossover.
Oh.
It
What if they moved
literally,
it to the crossover
it
section?
just took the theme of R.A. Fuerta and imported it to Ruby wholesale. And everything that was imported was perfectly within Ruby canon. So the runes actually went way deeper. And actually there was a lot of dust there. And John, instead of eating monsters to gain power, ate the dust crystals to gain power. And, you know, as he fought his way through the dungeon, yeah, he still found his shoulder lolly, but this was a different shoulder lolly.
He found his
again?
shoulder lolly.
That seems familiar, but I don't recall off the top of my head.
What?
These words have in fact been
Arifureta.
The world's strongest. Remember that
gets,
really garbage isekai where the main character gets betrayed by the Chad because they both have interest in the really pretty girl? And hold on,
Do you have any idea how little that never sits out?
Let me fucking finish, or you are gonna get exiled back to the public chat.
Let the man cook. Let the man cook.
It's the story where after he gets pushed down this giant ravine, a bear eats his arms and then almost rapes him, and so then he has to hide inside the wall, but when he does that, using his powers of synergism to synergize the rock with not existing, he finds this super crystal which leaks raw mana, which he starts drinking because he thinks it's water. And so because he keeps doing that between eating a bunch of monster meat from kills that he's like been able to scavenge and drinking all of this pure mana, that instead of dying like he really should have, it kept him alive long enough for him to basically turn into a humanoid monster. But he's still a human looking, but he's technically race-wise speaking in game terms, he's no longer human.
Isn't that the one where they eventually... No, I was about to say...
It's the one where he runs around using his definitely not Full Metal Alchemist class to create bullshit like a fully functioning railgun revolver, and to recreate tech like the Humvee and RPGs and railguns.
I see.
And he gets to the bottom of the dungeon, the real true bottom of the dungeon, not the fake bottom of the dungeon. And there he finds a lolly vampire who was sealed away, and then they like fuck or something, I guess. And then he goes to the real bottom of the dungeon and finds out that the rebels that they were all told were heretics were actually trying to save the world the whole time, and that actually the gods were the real bad guys all along, and who could have ever saw that coming, and that by making it to the real bottom of the dungeon, he would get gifted the power of creation, which just so happened to super synergize with his power of full metal alchemy. And so because of that, he got really super strong, and it only took him like 10 chapters.
Wait, is this...
Literally
That
everyone could have
sounded
seen that coming.
fairly
know
interesting until the lolly. After the lolly, everything went like just started going downhill.
Wait,
Curious,
you're
though.
not into a small tiny lolly-like figure sucking your blood and sucking your dick?
No.
I am
No.
not Sign.
Well, that's fair enough.
True. Real.
Also, I have done a thing.
Don't worry, she's like a legal
Stop doing
lolly.
things.
No. Shut up. That doesn't work. Fuck you.
Yeah, she's actually like the
No,
princess
fuck this
of a
person. I
country
do
from
not like this.
800 years ago who became a vampire and retained ultimate power, but then she was sealed away because she thought it was for the better or some shit, because she got sealed away by the kingdom at the real bottom of the dungeon, not the real bottom of the dungeon, because they all thought the real bottom of the dungeon was the real bottom of the dungeon, but not the real bottom of the dungeon.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I
And-
have a headache now because of hearing real.
No problem. So yeah, basically, what goes on to happen in the rest of the story is he collects this giant harem of waifus, and some of times they're mildly amusing. Like he gets this one bunny girl by saving her whole clan, and he accidentally tunifies her entire clan.
I'm sorry, he accidentally what?
Tunifies.
Ah.
So, like, basically the whole clan were these pacifist, we could never harm another living creature clan, and he basically torture abused them into becoming all these hyper edgy mega chunies who all picked out code names like Bloodwing and Shadowfang.
I see.
Yeah. And then as he finds each of the 8 dungeons across the world, they get all of these ridiculous super power-ups, and like all of his waifus become ridiculously overpowered. But don't worry, the author keeps scaling the power level, and the last time I read the story, he was driving a sub in the middle of a volcano as they were fighting a Leviathan monster who had hyper destruction beams, and they defeated the creature, or like got away from it, I forget which, by setting off several seismic explosions that cracked that section of the earth in half, and sent them rocketing off into the air from the magmatic eruption.
Yeah.
Alright, I've got more rum, but I don't think it's enough.
Alright, cheers, bro. I'll drink for that.
I can drink to that.
Ah. Fuck me, this vodka is nasty.
Oh.
Yeah, goddamn, I'm kind of shocked. Grim Air is here? Holy shit, Grim Air is dog shit!
I mean, we're in the fucking Ruby section, bro. What do you
Okay, so
expect?
Grim Air is a story we covered so many years ago. The plot of the story is that actually Salem's not the queen of the Grimm, that before Salem there was actually the real king of the Grimm, who was the real leader of the Grimm, and that he only let Salem pretend to be the queen of the Grimm, but she didn't know he was actually the real leader of the Grimm, and he was manipulating manipulating her by making her think that she was the real leader of the Grimm. But then one day he's like, oh, well, maybe I should, like, get a hair or something, because being the real leader of the Grimm is getting, like, boring. And so he kidnaps Ruby and decides to Grimmify her and then brainwash her into being his child. And then she grows up to be, like, this chaotic, evil version of Ruby who is chaotic and evil. And it was
chaotic evil or chaotic stupid?
Yes.
Alright, I'm drinking.
There is no difference.
And then she got all of these super power-ups in the time skip that the author just doesn't feel like covering. And trust me, bro, she's really this powerful now. And then she goes on and, like, dumpsters a bunch of people, and then she meets the rest of Team Ruby and decides that she's gonna pretend to be their friends, as she pretends to be a human, as she secretly plans to become the real leader of the Grimm.
That's stupid.
That's the most retarded thing I've heard in a minute.
I
Yes.
unfortunately read that
Yeah.
story.
Mhm.
That's stupid.
That
You're
is
stupid.
not.
Fuck you, author.
Hey, several of that was correct.
Yeah.
Some of that was not.
Yeah,
I am
probably.
not going
I
to
just made
find
up.
out
Yeah,
again.
yeah. I mean, yeah. I
I
mean,
don't know.
as far
It was
as
bad.
everyone's concerned, it effectively is the truth. So, I mean, does it really
Yes.
matter?
Sneaky be like.
It's really bad.
We
It's
spread a
the
little
gist of it.
misinformation.
Made it the fuck up.
Yeah, I'll spread misinformation as much as I want, and no one's going to contradict me, because contradicting me requires them to actually reread the story. And by
no
that
one
point,
Reread implying we actually
Oh,
read
yes,
the
oh,
words.
yeah,
Oh,
but
yes,
implying,
Squeaky?
yeah,
Here's-
implying, yeah.
Like contradiction.
Yeah, that's fair. But again, so contradicting me would require them to actually read the story in the first place, which just means I won anyway.
Yeah.
Oh no! Discord, what have you done?
What?
They added something called entrance sounds.
Oh yeah, a
Choose a
custom.
soundboard to play automatically whenever you join a voice
My
channel.
sources that I
Oh,
made it
no.
the fuck up. My sources that I made it. My sources that I made it.
Why is there two
My
sources?
My sources that I made it. My sources that I made it. My sources that I made it. My sources that I made it the fuck up. Yeah, how little that narrows it down.
Are we good? Did everyone get that out of their system?
We're
Are we
listen.
good? Are we good? Everyone good? We're done? We got that out of our system?
We're gonna just start taking away soundboard privileges
Legalize
and
nuclear
talking
bombs.
privileges.
Who
You didn't even
has
fucking play it after the fucking gun.
who has the fucking the Shadow Wizard Money Gang? Yes.
Yeah.
I just asked who the fuck added the second source of the same thing. It's already there.
We love casting spells.
That's so
I love that
fucking loud.
one. Excellent.
Ow. That's what
This
the mute
hurts the
soundboard
gray.
function is for.
Yeah, you can set it on client side.
I'm too dumb for that.
You right-click the person and you can mute them.
You have to
if
right
you don't
Yeah.
want to hear them specifically, or you
Oh,
can
if you
just
click the open soundboard button, then in the top right corner, soundboard volume,
Yeah.
a little
That
like speaker
too.
thing.
Yeah.
Set that to like whatever you want.
A Naruto Ruby story. Underneath the underneath. What is broken can be reforged. Actually, that is a actual complete fallacy. Hollywoodism 100% of the way. Technically
There is
speaking, if you recollected all of the metal involved in a sword, you could theoretically make a new sword, but it is physically impossible to reforge a sword
Yes.
if it's been shattered, because the sword's cutting strength and tensile strength is directly related to the uniformity of the metal bonds, and any seams that would exist on the sword would become weak points. And
Yes, unless you have
I mean, at that
you
point, you
live in
might
a
as well
fantasy
just
world
like
and have magic
recreate a
bullshittery.
sword using that metal, which is honestly a much better trope.
well, the other problem is making a new sword out of that metal also doesn't work. Actually, okay, so let me rephrase. if you took an English longsword that had been shattered and took all of that metal, you could not reforge an English longsword, but you could turn it into a katana. And the reason why you could turn it into a katana and not another English longsword is English longswords actually operate off of flux forging two separate steel types or iron types together. Because the center of an English or just European longsword in general, really, the fuller of a longsword of the European variety is actually made of a softer, more flexible metal, while the edge is made of a tougher metal that can hold an edge easier, obviously. And what this does is by flux forging these two together is it gives the sword a more bendy property, so the more brittle sharp metal on the edge can transfer a majority of the kinetic energy to the bendier metal in the center. That's why swords are bendy as fucks, yes. But if you took that sword and reforged it, you wouldn't be able to keep the metal in its uniform shape that would require that. And so by actually just continuously folding it and redistributing the iron/steel of the sword, you would be able to forge a katana out of it. Because a katana is a uniform metal type.
In real life, yes. The only way you can actually reforge a broken sword perfectly is if you live in a fantasy world and use magic to cheat.
Yep. So in magical world, reforging a sword totally works because of the conceptualism.
But it also doesn't count as smithing and is closer to alchemy.
Yeah, it's more related to alchemy and magical bullshit than it is actual like resmithing something.
But consider the following: we can rebuild him. We have the technology.
That's entirely different.
Actually, even now, we wouldn't be able to rebuild a sword, even with the most advanced technology we have. We would have to remake it into something else.
So you're telling me RoboCop lied to me?
Well, no, we would be able to give a person a lot of fucking prosthetics and cybernetics. Yeah, we actually have more advanced cybernetics than were in Star Wars.
Yeah. Where's that guy that spent thousands of dollars to keep looking young? Tens of thousands.
Oh, the guy that's drinking his like son's blood or some shit.
He is.
Yeah.
And also, he's taking both testosterone and estrogen at the same time.
Yeah.
Well, actually, he's not insane on that. So basically, what happens is your body will convert one chemical to the other if it has too much, and it will also stop producing those chemicals. And so by manually managing how much testosterone and estrogen he's taking in using purely a chemical nature, he's permanently addicting himself effectively to those pills, but he is also more able to manage how much of those chemicals are running through his body at any point in time, because as men age, we do in fact produce less testosterone. So by taking over that aspect of chemical production, he is prolonging certain benefits of testosterone. However, the downside of this is the fact that he's going to probably die at 60 or younger, because testosterone is hilariously toxic.
Yep.
You don't say.
And is that testosterone alone is estimated to cut between 5 to 15 years off of a human lifespan.
Nice.
Bro's micromanaging his fucking body chemistry and make a great Hoifar player.
Bro couldn't micro.
You aren't wrong, but here's the problem.
Look,
He's not doing it right.
Pedro, how do you encircle the estrogen in your body?
Yeah, he's encircling the estrogen. Yep.
Bro,
Hoifar encirclement. Let's go, testosterone gang.
Wait,
He doesn't know the
he's
naming
taking
matter.
pills. He's taking pills to upgrade his body, and he's circling it throughout it. He's just a cultivator.
Yeah, man's got a point.
Holy shit! So this is what they meant by cultivating pills, huh?
Yeah.
The secret to the Chinese immortality.
The secret-
Becoming androgynous.
Mercury.
Just gotta add Mercury.
That's all that's missing.
You always need to add more mercury.
The funny thing is that in the human body, we actually do require mercury for a very specific set of chemical reactions inside our body.
Which ones?
I don't remember, but we do need like 0.000014 milligrams of mercury in our body. And if we don't have any mercury in our body, we die.
Don't worry. I'm just giving you your lifelong dose of mercury in one shot. I'm sure this won't
Yes.
have any problems.
No, this will have
Average
no
Chinese
effects on you.
alchemist.
It's all the mercury you'll ever need for the rest of your
All
life.
right, it's time to take your medicine, guys. If your wife
Take your
disappears,
meds.
don't
Take your
worry about it.
meds.
Take your pills, schizo.
Don't mind the
Why is
lad
it
that's
all
on the G
silver?
fuel. That's
Love me
healthy.
meds, love me wife. Oh, where's me wife?
Ate my wife, Susan.
Harry, did you replace the castle's water supply with fire whiskey? The owls are drunk off their tits.
The owls will drunk off their tits.
The owls didn't even have tits before.
Unfortunately for
Professor,
this,
why don't
Harry!
you-
Harry, you've made.
Don't
Fuck,
make
let me
me
try British.
exile you.
Hold on.
Don't make me
no,
exile you.
This one is not. This one is not bad. This
Don't
one is.
make me exile you.
Trust me,
He'll do
it's not edgy. Hold on. Fuck. I need to remember how to do a British accent. Give me a moment.
unfortunately, Harry, for your actions, I can only give you 40 points to Gryffindor, the same alcohol percentage as your fire whiskey.
Anyway, so
Harry, you've
underneath
made the
the
squid drunk, Harry.
underneath-
Harry's attacking the Slytherin common room.
The coming room?
The common room.
I mean, that's another name for it, yeah.
Yeah, I guess
That's
they
what
do
they
be
call it.
slithering in there, but goddamn, son.
Slytherin
I
in the
can't
sex dungeon.
Harry, the
can't believe
squid
just-
is. Harry, the
I can't
squid
believe
is
you're
slithering in there. Harry, it's a problem. No.
I can't believe it's slithering into the Gryffindor. It's making us Hufflepuff like a Ravenhawk.
I'll kill you.
Death. That was great, but
I'll
death.
fucking kill you if you say that again.
Underneath the underneath, what is
I
I
broken can
answered
be
the door, and I
reformed. Yeah.
come back to just absolute
Yeah.
fucking stupidity.
Well, of course you did.
Yes,
You
Yeah,
should
it's
As
a
an
have.
Australian
podcast, bro.
here.
What do
Why
you
did
mean?
you
There's
leave?
the Brazilian was given voice chat rights, of course.
No, I didn't do it.
Someone did.
Mhm.
I wasn't here.
Only two
I haven't
people could have done
shit.
it. I'm looking at both of you.
Now.
Not
not
you.
funny.
Fuck you, Nose. I know you didn't do shit.
I plead the fifth.
hmm Anyway, so what is broken can be reforged. Naruto finds himself in an unfamiliar land. Which, honestly, let's be clear here. Naruto in an unfamiliar land is like 75% of the world that is known.
Probably like 90%. Like they're one supercontinent and that's it.
No.
Did
To be
did
fair,
Kishimoto ever
dude
state there was
traveled.
more than one?
dude traveled in canon. So, I mean, he's got at least got like 20-25% of that world covered. But like,
Wrong, because there's also the entire Western continent. They're part of one supercontinent, but there's probably way more as well.
I don't
'Cause
count
of the
Boruto as
movies.
canon.
Yeah,
No,
I
it's
was
Naruto
going
in the
to
movies.
ask.
I don't know what you're talking about.
Did they ever
Naruto in the
confirm
movies,
if
but
there
there's
was
the
more
last
than
one.
one continent in like
Yes,
the
to
real
move-
world?
Yeah, it's one
movie
giant
wise,
continent.
yes.
Yeah,
No, movie-wise, there's a Western continent. Temujin, the Galelstone movie.
that's
from
not
it.
canon. That's completely fan fiction.
Yeah.
And I'm not even kidding by that.
Oh
Really?
god. Speaking of-
Kishimoto himself said the only movie that's canon is the one he made.
The last,
last,
where Naruto and Hinata get together.
Yeah, the only canon movie is the one he made. The one where Naruto accidentally cuts the moon in half and then proceeds to turn into a Biju to hold the moon together.
Mm.
Yeah, that's
By
the
the way,
canon
this is him at-
one.
This is him at 1% power, says I, Fairy Tail Dragon Slayer.
I mean, it also says Kishimoto.
Don't.
Oh wait,
So-
sorry, it's Mad Raptor fanfiction now because I can't stop writing child porn.
Yeah, I had to change my name because I wrote so much child porn that my stories are getting reported.
Yeah.
Speaking of, Did you guys see the new designs for Boruto after the time skip?
No.
Why would
They're all-
I?
They
I don't,
made
I don't.
all the
Sarada
females-
look like a
Dude,
fatherless
I
teenager.
don't. Well, she was
All of the
fatherless first
females
off.
No, but they,
all the-
she,
No,
they,
she was
he made her
okay,
look
yeah,
like a typical,
she was
stereotypical
fatherless. Look, she was
Yep.
fatherless. Okay, so making them look fatherless, not much of an effort. I
It's-
mean, they were.
It's not just Sarada. All the
Yeah.
females look like fucking dollar corner whores.
Okay, well, you know what? Kishimoto's not in charge of it anymore, as far as I'm aware. So
Yeah, it's a new guy that's doing
Iwa
designs.
Mura or something like that, right?
yeah, I
Something
don't
like
really
that.
give a shit. So Boruto's
Yeah.
fan fiction anyway, so I couldn't give a fuck. I mean, it literally
don't-
is. It's a story about Naruto that is not by the author of Naruto.
Yeah, but didn't you like the time travel arc where Sarada was hot for Naruto?
No.
No.
Anyway, so I mean, just remember that Sasuke almost fucked his daughter.
I beg your pardon?
Yeah, don't worry about it.
Behold,
I'm worried about it.
I'm worried about it. I didn't.
I'm very
I've never seen
worried.
Boruto, so I don't know that
I
part.
have
What?
a lot of concerns.
Why the fuck are they fighting Frieza clones? Why the fuck is there JoJo sounds? What the hell is going
they
on?
I
gave
have
her
brain damage.
heels. They gave the ninja 5-inch heels.
Why does it
No,
look like
no.
why does it look like I can buy Sarada for like $10 an hour?
Exactly.
No,
I don't like this
see,
mental image, but you are correct.
Canonically, Tsunade actually fought in heels, so I think it's more of a if you're strong enough, you can do it. thing.
My brother
Okay,
in
yeah,
Christ,
Tsunade also
the heels were
canonically can
not of
punch a
that
mountain.
size.
Yeah, which seeing as Boruto is supposedly
Also,
little
Tsunade did
stronger.
not fight in heels; she fought in lifts. There's a major difference.
Is there?
Yes. Heels turn your ankle at an unnatural angle, causing your foot to fall down on the ground at again an unnatural angle, causing undue stress upon your entire ligament system.
Look at this
Lifts
shit. Look at
are
the
different.
size of them.
Pumps.
Those are straight up fucking Uggs. Those are Uggs from our high school days, boys. Well, most of
Yeah.
our high school days.
I was
Yeah.
about to
Oh, yeah.
say.
No,
You were
yeah.
a fucking zygote.
Fucking
Remind
fetus.
me again, when were your high school years?
2010.
Yeah,
2012.
2008.
I was just entering into elementary school.
Yeah. So anyway, underneath, stripped of all of his powers, he'll need to adapt to not only survive but to flourish. So General Naruto.
Except Naruto is still fuck off fast and strong without his powers. so-
Yeah. But actually, not this time.
Mm. They're lucky that the Momoshiki movie isn't canon then, because that fucking shit, he literally ran fast enough to turn the ground into fucking lava.
I'm sorry. What?
Yeah, no, in the Momoshiki movie, they run fast enough that the ground turns into lava behind them, I'm pretty sure. And then they do that, mixed Biju Susanoo thing against him.
What?
Yeah, him and Sasuke.
What?
Huh?
Don't,
What is
don't worry
going on
about it.
about?
Also,
Don't
look
worry
at
about
this
it.
shit. Look at they fucking. I hate this. Look what they've done to my boy.
I mean, I will gladly cook.
Who let this man cook? What?
Bro, on to nothing. What is he talking about? Yes.
Naruto saying becoming a Hokage was a mistake.
What?
In real?
Yep.
Real?
No.
I'm
point.
pretty sure. Fuck. I'm going off Twitter, so
No.
this might be wrong. But
Basically, if
I
there's
think
no
they made
peace, there's no
Shikamaru the new Hokage.
Why?
Because- Didn't
I mean, actually,
Naruto die? Didn't Naruto die? after
Don't worry
burying him?
about it.
How is he back?
Don't worry about it.
I'm gonna worry about it.
It's called ass pull jutsu.
Like, how can you make Kawaki, I think his name is, and Boruto fight like it was implied if Naruto is alive?
Don't worry
I thought-
about it. I'm pretty
I
sure
thought Naruto-
actually, I'm pretty sure just Kurama died. Maybe.
No, but I'm pretty sure he hugged Kawaki and then disappeared as like a spirit. He went full transparent and everything. I've seen
Don't
fucking
worry about it. I'm sure they know what they're doing. They didn't fuck the entire franchise up.
Surely not.
Surely.
Don't call me Shirley.
Okay, Sheila.
That's better.
Is it?
I mean, it's Australian, so as far as I'm concerned, it's better than British. I need more rum. But do I want to
Don't
get up
we
and
all?
grab more rum? But do I want to get up and grab more rum?
Sneaky, are you alive?
No.
I don't think he wants to be.
He might be grabbing more alcohol. That's always usually when he goes quiet.
I mean, yeah. My statement stands.
Yeah. What the fuck did they do to his face? Bro looks like it takes up only 2% of his head and that's just empty space. What the fuck? What the hell
All
did they do
those
to
edgy
his...
fan fictions that said, "Oh, Shikamaru make a great Hokage," were actually taken into consideration, and they decided to make that the new lore.
Naruto's
Well, I
fucking
mean-
dead.
Actually,
Okay.
Boruto is probably just a fan fiction that has like 1 or 2 follows on FFN, and they just like
Well-
took their whole thing.
No, it's less they used it as lore and more. Who else would take the job because Kakashi probably ran away rather than take the hat back up. Sasuke's not in the village. Who do they have other than Shikamaru?
Konohamaru.
No. No one with any...
Imagine the fucking. I don't want to actually.
He would not, because his grandpa couldn't give him attention because of the hat. He would be completely against it. Even if Naruto fucking inspired him.
But you see, he has inherited the will of fire, so he must become Hokage to save the village from the evil Otsutsuki.
No, what he inherited from Naruto is a fetish for the Hyuga, like how he likes Hanabi.
How about you
Yo.
inherit the shut the fuck up? How about that, huh, Pedro?
What?
How
Inherit
about
the shut the
you
fuck up.
inherit the shut the fuck up?
So I just want to point out that I absolutely fucking called it.
Mm?
So way back when they first announced Boruto, I said to Max that it makes no sense for them to do Boruto because Naruto's not dead. And if they want to have a story that's even relevant to having the
They
main
had to kill
character be
Naruto,
not
yeah.
Naruto, they had to either kill Naruto off or somehow remove him from the picture, or otherwise Naruto was going to take over the story again because he's still got main fucking character powers.
Which, to be fair, while he was alive, he did take over the fucking story again with Kawaki or whatever, I'm pretty sure. So it was falling into that. It was falling into that, and then they realized, wait, this is supposed to be about his son. Kill him off.
Also, they fucking removed Sasuke's Rinnegan. Just fucking like yoinked that bitch out
Why?
of his head.
Wait,
Because it'd
why?
be too powerful.
Yeah, it was too powerful.
Bro could just have Naruto dying, go, I've lost my best friend, I'm out of here to another dimension, see ya. Like, they didn't need to rip it out. They could just say that he was so distraught that Naruto died that he just gave up on Konoha.
Unfortunately, Sarada needs a character arc.
I really
Wrong.
love how at the
Why would
end
I-
of this, they're like, oh yeah, by the way, guys, reminder, this is a Boruto story, so we're gonna have one scene of Boruto being like, wow.
Hmm.
Fuck. What is? I know Naruto has the Datebayo, but what's Boruto's thing? I'm pretty. They have
What
to
is
have given
Boruto?
him something like that. They
Wait,
have to have it.
I just realized post time skip, both Boruto and Sarada, why do they fucking look like they belong in the hood, but they're white?
Well, you see,
You see,
Well,
the character designer has a fetish.
when you don't have a father in your life,
Good night, everybody.
Oh, struck gold.
so anyway, can hard work and pure skill make up the difference with Naruto? Well, considering that Naruto wasn't really skilled.
I mean, he was decent at hand-to-hand at punching people.
I mean,
He was actually pretty skilled at that.
No, actually,
he was a master
Naruto,
fister.
Naruto's fist-to-fist fighting only improved when they taught him Toad Style. And before that,
I
he
mean,
was
he
dog
went-
shit.
I don't know, seeing him wail on fucking Sasuke at the Valley at the end kind of convinced me that he was at least decent at it.
Sasuke's also dog shit.
Okay, fair enough.
Sasuke is all jutsu all the time, and Naruto is too jutsu all the time.
My man has 2 buttons.
Listen,
Both of them are
keep it simple,
violent.
stupid. Yeah.
This is going to be a nerfed Naruto, but still be strong. He won't be curb stomping everyone in Ruby. Weiss times
And-
Naruto medium burn. Okay, so again, this doesn't make a lot of sense because almost any
No.
version of Naruto besides post Naruto season 1. So like,
yeah.
from the
Kid
start of
Naruto.
Shippuden on, Naruto with access to chakra curb stomps everyone in Ruby.
Naruto without chakra still kind of curb stomps Ruby because
No, Naruto without chakra only curb stomps people in Ruby once he gets sage powers.
Mm.
Oh fucking wow! Okay, so what happened to Naruto is like the Kawaki kid, which is a new character, fucking sent him to a timeless dimension to protect him from the Otsutsuki.
Yes.
Naruto is now stuck in a dimension where time does not pass.
Yes.
Because this dude decided, oh, you'd be in too much danger to fight these guys. So,
Actually, though,
fuck you.
okay,
So why did the
No.
author
I actually know why. Okay, so I actually know why, and he's completely justified. But this is completely dog shit. This is like Rooster Teeth justified, where dog shit authors got them into this position. So Naruto actually has more chakra than the entire universe combined.
That's retarded.
Even
That's well,
wait, does that include Sasuke? Because to me that just doesn't make
Yes.
sense.
So Naruto's chakra. This is actually a canon description, by the way. So if a universe is described as a 1 on the scale of chakra from 0 to 1, Naruto has 1.5 chakra.
What?
No.
And
Fuck you.
so the reason why Naruto had to be secluded away is because he has so much chakra that if an Otsutsuki ever ate him, or half of his chakra, it'd be the equivalent of them genociding an entire universe worth of chakra. In terms of a power-up.
Bro, Kikuya could have just seduced him and made him her boy toy.
Yeah,
I'm
so
sure someone that's Sign would write that. Sign would absolutely write that.
Yeah, I
Whenever
mean,
he
have you
does
checked his
easily.
documents? Bro, check him PC.
yeah, that's true.
That
That's
guy
true.
ain't normal.
That's true.
I mean,
Let's
didn't
see.
he already make a Naruto
Oh,
fic
hey,
that
I
he's
know how to
been-
make Arn Twitch.
.tv.
Ruby Project Reaper. When she was 5 years old, Ruby had an
Kill yourself
off-world
immediately.
encounter with a cybernetic being called a T-Doll, and became friends with a prototype T-Doll named Reaper, part of the Anti-Rain Team. 10 years
Contempt.
later, the T-Dolls appear in force on Remnant and give aid. Will they stay and help Ruby achieve her dream of becoming a huntress? You should
I don't
read and
think it
find
is.
out. Team
Is
Ruby.
this one of the 5 girls frontline fics in the entire site? What
Yes.
the fuck?
Surprisingly, Girls Frontline does not have a lot of fan fiction.
Thank God.
Yeah.
Everyone's stuck on Ken Cole and Azure Lane and the Blue Archive. That's why.
I will never read Ashley in fanfiction.
No. Oh, you know
James
what?
Shuttle.
You know what? Actually,
Oh no! Aaron, what have you done? Aaron, what have you done?
I will go
He's
scorched
looking
earth
for it.
on this whole fucking planet, Sneaky.
You should. You
what?
took that as.
There's a fic in Norwegian?
Oh no.
Oh no!
Just for odd. Let's see it. Just for odd. Let's see the Norwegian.
Have you
I,
done this?
I have not, no.
There's only
Because
one.
I have this thing called self-respect.
And honestly,
I know it's weird.
okay, but wait, it says but it's in English.
That's Dutch, you fucking moron.
I know.
Netherlands. It's smut as well.
Can't read
You
languages
whore.
that aren't American.
But it's also written in English.
Yeah, as someone who's retarded.
Yes, you
I don't
see, Dutch is not a real language.
Yeah,
Yes, I
actually,
can
it's
agree
made
to
up.
this. Yeah.
Yeah, I agree.
Yeah. Yeah.
Please stop speaking Elvish.
Yeah.
It's not Elvish, it's fucking subterranean shit.
Well, then
Multi-
what's Elvish? What's Elvish in Europe?
Finnish.
Romanian?
Finnish. Finnish
No.
or Icelandic? Icelandic.
Finnish is like Mongol, bro.
Mm,
I mean, I guess like Icelandic for Elvish.
yeah. Wouldn't it be French?
No.
No.
No,
No.
that's
What?
like fucking
I'm trying
Did you
Homewire,
just
bro.
excuse the fuck out of me? What did you just fucking say?
Yeah.
I'm trying to think of
excuse
a
me?
fucking more like one that flows musically that sounds decent to hear but is still stupid.
Romanian.
Italian.
Yeah, Italian.
Italian, yeah.
Probably,
that's fair.
Italian. Which one? There's multiple dialects.
Southern.
Yeah,
Yeah.
actually, yeah. I was gonna say Sicilian, but yeah, probably Southern actually.
Behold,
no,
Dutch
Sicil-
not
Actually,
being
no,
a
Tuscan.
real fucking
Tuscan.
language. Look at this shit.
Tuscan. Fancy pants Tuscan. Hitler dude, what? No.
Huh?
Dutch is not real. Look at this.
Yo, I mean, Dutch is what happens when you
Yeah.
live next to the British, but you also live next to the Germans.
Hitler's a dude and done it.
The man sneed the pizza.
The man sneed the pizza. Yeah, no.
Sneed. The man sneed the pizza.
Actually, that's actually like a
imagine-
correct translation, by the way.
Imagine someone going, "Give me your wallet or I'll sneed you."
No, whoa, Kaz, come on now, Kaz, really, be more mature. Give me the wallet or I need you.
Oh, fucking Dutch man.
I'll kill you, dude.
And this one is Norwegian.
That sounded more Jamaican.
The
It's a
dude,
fucking data
Yeah.
phone. Oh no, yeah.
the dude sneed me.
She's
dude
up
sneed me.
shot during speech. Yeah.
Scoot Undertale.
Scoot to the
Undertale.
dollar.
I can't.
Yeah.
I can't believe he found the mummy goat.
Ba-da-bum-bum.
You see,
Wait, no, yeah.
He was directly shot by Flowey
You know,
the Flower.
I'm gonna be honest here, right? You know, I'm gonna be honest here. I'm genuinely shocked that as Prime Minister, he didn't have a stage 2.
True.
This is just further proof he was actually not the one
He
running the
was
country.
clearly not the
He
real
was the
Prime
front.
Minister. Yeah,
Yeah.
he was just the generic NPC that you kill thinking you got the Prime Minister.
So who do you think is going to reach their stage 2 first, Elon Musk or Mark Zuckerberg?
I don't think
We
Elon
did it,
Musk.
Hans. We killed the Prime Minister.
I,
What is that music?
so why do I hear boss music?
Why is this guy speaking Latin?
Minister of Sex, Shinzo Abe.
Fucking like goes Super Saiyan as like Gundam parts start forming around him.
Oh lord. Fucking Ace Combat music starts playing.
Hans, I think we fucked up.
Scheiße! Wir haben fucking Soppen! Gott verdammt, Hans!
Oh,
Das ist not the fucking goes.
Gotten verdammt, Hans. Oh god. But anyway,
Oh God, Hans, the Prime Minister is smoking the weed and smoking.
No, it's not weed and smoking.
weed
It's
and blunting.
bluntin smoking. Bluntin
Yes.
Nein, little
smoking.
girl boy, don't go into the
Blunt and
cave!
smoking.
Was is in cave with a bleed smoking?
But no, as far as who would reach a stage 2, I don't think Elon Musk has a stage 2. I think he's just that one boss who just like moves really quick. He's got like a small health pool.
No, he has a
Oh.
1.5 phase. He doesn't like fully reach
Yeah,
his
he just moves
phase 2
faster.
of-
Yeah.
Yeah, he doesn't like get a new health bar. When he
He's a
reaches like
German.
half health, he gains hyper armor
Yeah.
in the form of his son, which
Oh.
transforms into a mecha.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah.
You're getting the part where he purposefully gave you a busted Neuralink, the ones that they used in trials that fucking fried all the monkey brains.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah,
And
This
activate that
is
to try to
quite
kill you.
literally the plot of Deus Ex Mankind Divided.
I know, it's great. It's
Yeah, I know.
actually great. I forgot about getting the upgrade, and I was just like, oh, well, I'll get to it eventually. And then I was continuing in the main quest, and then everyone's like, I'm dying now because I got the upgrade. I'm like, oh, wow.
Wow, it's a
Yeah.
good thing you dodged that bullet.
Huh.
Laziness saves the day once again.
Oh, and you know what? Honestly, that's what it comes down to at the end of the day for me. There has been several times IRL where me just being too lazy to be fucked to actually do something ends up just like benefiting me in the long run. I'm just like, okay.
Yeah, I saw some traffic on my way home at one point, and I was like, you know what? I'm gonna take this other route. So I moved over the other lane. A dude fucking slammed into the car that was in front of me like 2 seconds after I moved lane. I'm like, I nearly just died.
Oh,
That was
if
fun.
you want to talk about fucking sheer coincidence,
That was the system trying to end you, Nose.
Yeah, if you want to talk about sheer fucking coincidence, let's talk about fucking what happened Christmas Eve night, like a couple years back. So I was visiting some family members up in New York, right?
Yeah.
Oh shit,
And
sneaky story time.
yeah, it was really fucking cold out, and I was not drunk, but I was like, tired, so I wanted to go home. And by home, I meant my grandmother's, where I was staying for the couple days I was coming down to visit family at, from this giant party we were on. And so obviously, to get back to the place I was staying at, I had to go on the highway. So I'm driving my car down the road, and normally I put music on pretty loudly, but this time I didn't for whatever reason. And I was also just randomly like, I should put my windows down for no real clear reason. And I stop at the stop sign. It's a 4-way stop. So I'm like looking around. I'm like, all right, should be good to go. And so I start pulling forward, and I hear a sound of an engine revving, and I happen, because my window's open and because my music's off, I'm able to hear this engine rev, and I happen to slam on the brakes just in time for a car to fly right in front of me, going 90 plus miles an hour. And if I had my windows up or my music on, I would have never heard this car, and I would have been T-boned Christmas Eve.
What is it with major holidays and the isekai squad coming out in force?
Unironically,
Why-
it's probably because people just get drunk and they
Yeah,
stop
they just get dumb. Yeah.
Wait, apparently, other than Kawaki hiding Naruto in like a timeless dimension, everyone thinks Boruto killed him. Boruto is now a villain.
I mean, he
So
is.
that explains
Yeah,
that
he
this
is.
slash.
That-
He
yeah.
is. Yes, but not for the reason they think.
He is because he fucking exists and shouldn't.
That explains the slash across his forehead protector.
Punished Boruto.
Don't.
I'm gonna inflict some more trauma on Arn now.
Back to the order.
Boruto is nuclear and he is wild.
Nagato's decisive battle. While she's on break, Nagato, the lolly, favorite way to unwind is to catch some sun at the beach. Unfortunately, or perhaps fortunately in her case, she's not the only one that goes to the beach. Nagato dominates Akagi and Kaga.
You can hear the psychic
La ilaha
damage coming
illallah.
from. Yeah, you can hear the psychic damage down to Arn.
Dude, I can feel it all the way from Norway.
Yeah.
Fortunately, I am immune.
I mean, you're Brazilian.
Yes, Brazil
when he
does
when
not.
he was all the way in Weebland, he was too far away for us to feel the psychic damage.
Well, also there wasn't any because I wasn't on this fucking podcast.
I mean that too.
And
Aren't you glad you're back?
Yeah, wow, I'm really glad. I'm having a great time. I love being alive.
Quiet and drink your whiskey.
I have vodka, no whiskey.
Oh, that's right, you ran out.
I'm the one with I'm.
Uh-huh.
Yeah.
Go on.
I have the whiskey.
Actually, speaking
It's
of
got the
whiskey, I
power.
actually got some
Nintendo
whiskey.
power.
Yep.
I'm
This
taking another shot.
story is called The Barrier
Har.
Islands, a chain of artificial islands made by the Eastern Union dedicated as a early warning system against the sirens. This was their purpose until Island 13 was overtaken by a mirror sea, necessitating the involvement of ship girls, only instead of sirens, they find something far worse waiting for them. Siren on ship girl rape scenes.
Ah!
And you know what? I think that's it for this story. Let's move on.
Azure Lane Alternative. They hail from Earth, where history of the world took a different course and is now stranded in a world that is like theirs. Before
Sneaky.
they find a way back home, they'll have to find each other first. And to do that, they'll have to team up with the local Kansen instead of the Kanmusen, because we arbitrarily got to change that name, against the multiversal threat of the sirens, AUOCs times massive harem.
Death. But so sneaky. Azure Lane Ruby crossover? Question mark?
Kill yourself immediately.
Oh, I remember that one. That one was pretty
Before I
garbage.
do
So
it.
Yang and Ruby were battleship girls.
Yeah.
And it was their semblances.
Go for it.
No, I mean I'm just remembering that off the top of my head.
There is.
I do appreciate how few Azure Lane writers know the lore of Azure Lane, because the lore of Azure Lane is absolutely fucking cracked. And
It's
all
Hyperborean bullshit.
yeah, it's literal
Literal.
Hyperborean bullshit. And these fuckers are out here like, the sirens are a mysterious extraterrestrial threat. And it's like, bitch, if you played Remembrance of the Forgotten Altar, Chapter 3, 14 times, you would have seen the cutscene.
You have to play the specific lore cutscene in order to understand the lore.
You don't understand the lore, sir.
Imagine, like, FGO, but it had Azure Lane storytelling.
So,
Damn it. I don't have a little Dark Age sound.
so it would make more sense?
Yeah.
Depends. Some events would be pain. Like, absolute pain.
Are you implying they're not already banned? Because I have to hear the shit.
Let's see what else we got. Cross posted from AO3 may contain non sequiturs.
What the fuck does that mean?
All these different nations generated the ship girls as secret super weapons. Yeah, another author that doesn't know Azure Lane ship lore. Which again, like, I want to be clear here. It's a lot like not knowing Elder Scrolls lore, where it's like because you don't know it, it unlike Fate lore, right? Like not knowing Fate lore. That's fine. Fate lore sucks. It's stupid.
It does.
Anything you come up with...
Make up your own.
Yeah, anything you come up with will probably sound just as coherent and probably better.
Yep.
Not knowing Azure Lane or Elder Scrolls lore just makes you look dumb because you're like, oh, what if the ship girls were secret weapons created by... No, dude. Aliens from space attacked humanity in the future, so they created the Matrix with the sirens to send humanity back in time in simulations to theoretically theorize how different world wars would have gone if we had ship girls at different periods in time.
Amazing.
You cannot get more cracked than this shit, and you can use it to justify literally anything. And then you...
I will be honest here. Sneaky is understating it.
Yeah, I am. I'm massively understating it. By the way, the canon... This is canon, by the way. The Azure Lane timeline you're on... currently as the player is like the 1000th Matrix simulation.
Yep.
Sneaky, this just reminded me of something. Are you aware of the bullshit that happened in Last About 7 for Fate lore, FGO lore?
Could not give a shit.
The Aztec gods came from the dinosaur meteor.
Sure. Why not?
Also, ORT...
Yeah, not even close.
Yeah.
Not even close.
I'm not comparing it. I'm just stating like things that happened in
I'm sorry, dude, but like you'll never really get me with a gotcha, having known Payday, Azure Lane, and Elder Scrolls lore, because I'm sitting here knowing Elder Scrolls lore. Like, hey, remember that time that the moon birthed cat people, and then the king of the cat people got really high off of moon juice and told the entire species of cat people to build a giant pyramid, and so because they all thought they could build a pyramid to the moon, they were actually capable of it, and so that's why there's a colony of cat people on the moon.
Outstanding. I'm genuinely not comparing shit. Your comment on Fatal just made me think that I don't believe you know this. Also, ORT is not actually type Mercury. He's type Art Cloud.
Yeah, the moon around Mercury, yeah.
I'm going to eject you into the sun.
Yeah. Deserved.
Either way, I'm going. See you guys.
Alright, see you, Kaz.
I'm over this. I don't care about it till late.
Is there a Hollow Live section?
Yes.
There is,
unfortunately.
yes.
There is.
Goodbye.
What's it under? TV?
I believe it has its own section.
Music, probably?
No, it has its own section, I think.
Yep, that sounds like music.
Oh god. Oh yeah, there it is.
Why am I not surprised the 3 languages are Indonesian, English, and Spanish?
Real.
At least it is in French.
Royalty AU, cringe, unbiased observer, AU one shot from Shijori novella. Okay.
Imagine, oh god, I just had a terrible thought of
Shiori
speaking French.
Is literally doing fanfiction.
Yeah, Shiori is literally doing fanfiction now. I'm offended. She
stole your stick.
Yeah, she stole my whole thing. Now, I will be fair though. You pretty much can only have HoloLive fanfiction that she can review, because otherwise the Japanese are gonna throw a bitch fit about permissions.
Hololive is like the most lenient you can be, realistically, under their dogshit copyright system.
Oh, I'm aware, but HoloLive itself is still gonna throw a bitch fit over permissions. Like they may be the most lenient, but they're still Japanese.
I mean, honestly, as long as you're not earning money from it or like actively defaming the talents, they don't care. That's what their fucking thing says.
I meant more Shiori being able to read like Naruto fanfiction.
No. Reading it on stream is another thing. Yeah, no, that's not happening. Yeah, no. Like, reading non-Hololive fanfiction, not happening.
That's my point. Yeah.
Yeah. Okay, yeah, that's a different thing.
Gray, you have put the cursed thought of Guru speaking French in my head, and I hate it.
Oh, Gerd knows how to speak French.
A bit, yeah. Fauna does as well, unfortunately.
Let's see. Kingdom Hearts HoloLive. Yes, that's a completely stable and not schizophrenic. Yeah, Kingdom Hearts HoloLive, Kingdom Hearts HoloLive, Persona HoloLive, Ruby Holo Ruby Alternate Edition.
Oh no!
I'm almost Volume 9, where Ruby and John don't land in the Ever After, but instead the Hollow World.
Sneaky, I am using a reverse veto. I want to read this to cause our in pain.
Oh no, I'm actually like kind of curious of myself.
Yeah, let's read it. We're gonna end the night on this one.
Sounds good.
So recently I have been going through my stories and making very tough decisions on what I will have to do with them. Sadly, I must discontinue some because I can't find the inspiration to finish them, and new ideas are coming in and replacing my inspiration for them, while I no longer have any content to fit the story's direction. This story falls under the second. To be honest, since discovering HoloLive, I have wanted to make a fanfic about them, and this is the easiest way I've found to write it. I hope you will enjoy it. This is the easiest way I've found to write it, he says, writing a Ruby HoloLive crossover.
You fucking son of a bitch.
About an AU of HoloLive?
This man really looked upon his works and despaired.
Yeah. Note, I will be taking inspiration from a HoloLive alternative and the Hollow Earth games and Hollow Cure as well, and Hollow Stars.
Oh.
I will try to keep everyone as in character as I can, but I'm new to the JP members.
Great violence.
If Marine isn't horny, I will be extreme sad.
Oh no,
Violence. Those clips were so good.
I do appreciate how before they started the stream, they're like, we really hate it when we do the twin sync thing. And then they proceeded for the rest of the stream to constantly do the twin sync thing.
Of course.
She felt her consciousness fading as the darkness consumed her. She saw Blake fading into black a few feet away from her. She looked up to see Neo falling, grasping her neck. She felt the multicolored hair, bony finger tighten around her neck, and Ruby choked as she tried to remove Neo's hands from her throat, futilely slamming her fists into Neo's arms when suddenly a bright shone from beneath them, making Neo cry out as she let go of her. She looked down, only saw dark light reach out to her, causing her to black out. Huh? A tall reed-haired beauty.
The reed-haired.
Reed.
They did it again, by the way.
I'm sure they did. Honestly, they are way more entertaining when they drop the accent. When they're just having fun and saying things and they forget to do this like heavy lispy accent. Ooh, lispy. accent.
Yeah.
I'm sure that after like 7 months they will just abandon it.
I'm hoping
for
they do.
completely.
I mean, Gura did the same thing after like 2 months, and so did Ame, and so did Callie.
Remember when Ahmed
God,
tried to speak
reading-
British?
Yeah. Watching the first debut stream, that was God. It feels so different.
She fucking shows up to the debut stream and is like, "Hey kids, want to do some drugs?"
Not only like the fact that she's trying to be British. Whose idea was it to like try to make like talents do accents that they very clearly are not like native?
Honestly, probably her own.
Yeah, honestly, it's probably her own. No, I won't say that there isn't some pressure from Hololive for being cutesy.
I mean, yeah, you're playing a character, obviously.
But as we could clearly see with Mori, she was told to do a cutesy character. Like, she's supposed to be this Moe Gap Reaper, and she was like, yeah, no, fuck that shit, and she made a song about it instead, about how she's not gonna be the Moe Gap Reaper, but then ended up, she ended up being the Moe Gap Reaper anyway for a completely different reason, because she wasn't prepared for people to be nice to her, because she had a really shit childhood, which is honestly a little bit more depressing.
A little bit?
Yeah.
Yeah.
A slight amount of depression.
Sleepy, weepy. Sleepy, weepy, reapy. Not a huge fan, I'm gonna be
Reaper
honest.
is sleepy from reaping souls. It needs a neeby deeby.
Yeah, I'm honestly not a huge fan of her new songs, but I mean,
I haven't actually listened to the
like,
album yet.
like artistically, they're good. All of her new songs, artistically, I've been like, all right, yeah, it's good, but I haven't enjoyed them like I did her rap songs. Like,
Yeah.
her rap songs, I'll put on fucking loop. I'll listen to the whole soundtrack and be like, yeah, I jammed to that.
Yeah. You would get slaughtered on BT, for that opinion.
For liking her rap?
Yeah.
So many people hate Maury's rap in general.
Yep.
Well,
Because rap.
they suck shit, so...
Oh, yeah, obviously. I mean, I'm not saying I agree with them, I just say, like...
Oh, I know.
Imagine trusting VT opinions.
Yeah.
Oh, no, you don't. Do not. Never do that.
Yeah,
that is a bad idea.
I like Maury's rap. I mean, you know, her transition from the years when I first caught her as, you know, DDK, and then as she improved, it was great. Then she moved on to Maury, and her initial raps as Maury were pretty fucking fantastic, and I was following them, like, you know, pretty happily. And then she came out with her new songs and started moving away from rap, which, don't get me wrong, I understand. She's done rap for like a decade now.
Yep.
I get it.
No, I don't doubt that there is also a like corporate decision of people saying, "Oh, so many people don't like her rap. Don't do it."
No, I don't think that's true at all.
Yeah, nah.
At least like not forbidding her from doing it.
No,
like,
I don't think there was any pressure at all when it comes to that.
No, I will say, like, the only reasonable thing I can see of that is her contract with Universal and like influencing it.
Yes, I can.
What now?
But also,
yeah,
she has what now?
Yeah, she has a contract with Universal Music. You know, the big brand label. Yeah.
Yeah.
I can see that, but I can also see Callie using her contract with Universal to create a more diverse content.
Yeah. Yeah, more
outside of rap. As I mean, also you have to keep in mind that a lot of her rap, even as Maury was very antagonistic. Possibly the best one was the fucking mountaintop one, where she told them all to stop tweeting and start streaming.
Start tweeting, stop tweeting.
God.
She definitely 100% can't do that under Universal, so I understand. So I'm pretty sure she basically used the chance that the contract under Universal gave her to start branching out away from just doing rap, because I can understand her not wanting to be pigeonholed into doing rap, because originally she was pigeonholed into just doing poems, and she kind of broke away from doing poems intentionally, and to start doing rap as like a rebellion. And so now she's being pigeonholed into being the rapping reaper, and she kind of wants to break away from that again.
Yeah.
It's unfortunate that Japanese music styles combined with the Japanese instrument styles combined with the fact that I just really like Callie's more bubble pop sugar gum. I don't know how else to describe it. Like sugar gum rap, because like her having this like fruity fresh tune in her own words, and then just being like, yeah, fuck your mother, fuck your family, eat shit, die, bitch.
Yeah, I think that's the best part about like some of the older Demon Dice songs.
Yeah.
Like Alcatraz.
Oh yeah, absolutely Alcatraz. I think Alcatraz was definitely her peak before she had to stick to a theme.
Yeah. What's the other one I was thinking of? I don't remember the name of it.
Probably Suckers.
Oh yeah, Suckers is a one as well. There's another one though.
Gomenasai? No, it was a Sayonara.
No, it's
Wannabe
as well. Where the fuck is it? Am I just stupid?
Yes.
You're coming up.
Yeah. American Psycho.
Oh no. American Psycho. That's
Psycho. Yeah. Also.
Right. Yeah. Well, no, that was an album, wasn't that?
No. It's well, it is an album, but also a song on the album.
Right. Okay.
I mean, Gang Kawaii is just based.
Yeah.
But it's Apasayo. Apasayo is what I'm thinking of.
Yeah. I mean, yeah. It's like I like that whole beat style. I like the alternative beat. I like the alternative rap. I like the gap moe she's including in there intentionally. I really liked how she rhymed the English and Japanese words in both meaning and pronunciation.
Yeah.
That must be hard as shit.
It is incredibly difficult.
Insane.
There's a reason why she got hired to teach English. Like, because she's really fucking good at English. Yep. She doesn't even have a degree in English. As far as I'm aware.
pretty sure most people that have a degree in English are not that good at English.
No, I know. That's kind of my point.
Yeah. I mean, you don't need an English degree to teach English in Japan.
Oh, I'm aware.
Just ask fucking Tojo. He's doing it right now.
I'm aware.
Oh, is that what he's doing?
Yeah. He's doing that right the fuck now.
But
so you're coming about the stop the fucking song where she says to stop tweeting.
Yeah.
It is impressive the amount of times like you see clips of people like a random
screeching
person on
about
Twitter
it. Yeah.
Complaining about as a VTuber you have the you need to use your platform to like do the right thing, blah blah blah, and then people go, oh, this VTuber is talking shit. How many viewers do they get? And they've never debuted.
Yeah.
And like in the last 2 years, they have the Twitter account.
Debut TBA.
Yeah.
No, and definitely, I really appreciate the more grime, I guess you could call it, because I mean, again, I'm a '90s kid, so of course I appreciate grime. But the Universal music has been her opportunity to branch out, because she's basically being paid to make songs now, not being paid to make successful songs.
Yep.
So what you're saying is she's using Universal to become more universal.
Yes.
More or less, yeah.
Like I said, like her songs are lyrically good, but due to Japanese music styles of like basically drowning out the vocals with like overpowering beats, and the beats themselves are like dog shit. And now she's not even like rhyming Japanese and English words anymore when she's singing stuff. Like she does the classic Japanese garbage of like singing mostly in Japanese, and then she'll have like a line of like "never give it away," and then she'll go back to singing in Japanese. And it's like, I'm sorry, but their music fucking sucks.
Yeah.
The only Japanese music I've ever liked is, in majority, 95% of the songs I've favorited, liked, saved, etc., were all non-lyrical.
Yeah.
Yeah, I mean, there are some good ones.
I myself am like a very
Topham
non-lyrically
Hat
inclined
gets away
person.
with it because of he has the beats I like.
Yeah. I mean, I'm more like on the metal side of things. You have baby metal,
The
Oh
internet
yeah,
Celebration,
the meme metals, yeah.
Fuck, what's the other one? Wagaki Band. And there's a couple more. But yeah, like again, that is mostly like melodic,
Yeah.
with some lyrics on top.
Right, yeah, exactly, yeah.
Let me check my Spotify because I don't remember everything that's in here. There are 1,600 songs. I am not remembering every single one of these.
I think like 70% of my fucking music on Spotify comes from Osu. I'll be honest.
Real.
Well, of course it does, because that's all you fucking listen to.
Yeah, that's where I got my music from. Though.
Let's see what
Like
else.
Japanese jazz is like they're not lyrical jazz. Like Japanese style jazz is like very good. I'm just scrolling through these with my mic muted, just taking a listen, and I'm realizing how many of these are basically just like jazz, but with Japanese, not inspiration, like the instruments, the notes, the rhythm, everything like that is like very clearly Japanese inspired.
So the author really straight shit just said that Sora has a French accent on her English.
Ain't no way. Ain't no way.
Death. Perish.
Instant kill.
Uh-huh. Slumbering Dragon Hill, Seizo City, Remnant, do not fall. This is Earth, you've been thrown far from home, how did you know? It's actually quite normal here. Alter effect, blah blah blah. Oh yeah, Sora, fucking okay, got suspicious acts. Oh, of course, Hollow Stars find John. Yeah, this is a cringe
The
fucking
homos.
story,
The
Jesus
homos.
Christ. I will say, I'm just gonna exit it here. It's fucking cringe ass story. I will say that I basically could not give a flying shit about the Hollow Stars besides Vesper, because Vesper was the only one that did something other than be a generic male streamer.
Yeah.
Like, he would come back and be like, alright guys, so we're gonna do a chat stream, and you know, he mostly did chat streams, but that's what he was good at, so it's whatever. We're gonna do a chat stream, we're gonna talk about how I went out boar hunting with this giant boar spear I bought. It's like, Jesus, what the okay, yeah, I'm here for that.
Yeah.
But I mean, the rest of them are just like, the rest of the fucking Hollow Stars are just hype streamers. They play PvP competition game, battle royales, absolute snooze fests. Nothing against Axel and Magni, but they are literally generic Twitch streamer 1 and 2.
He doesn't even remember Hollow Stars Part 2. Oh no.
Yeah, exactly. I don't even remember.
There's more than one.
Oh yeah, there's a Hollow Stars season 2, and they have 0 views. They don't. No one fucking watches them, and it's because again. You don't need a company to become popular as a guy. To become popular as a guy when it comes to streaming or just videos is you actually need to have a personality, and you need to have, you know, you don't need to have lore. Lore doesn't make people watch you as a guy streamer. Having a grand sense of humor and being able to keep interaction up is how you get popular as a male streamer.
Oh yeah. Oh. You guys will find it funny. I'll tell you after the stream.
Yeah. And
I have a really funny guy to tell you
women
about.
streamers have a hard time getting traction because women aren't funny.
True.
And so the big names like HoloLive and whatnot, they get eyes on the women, and then people start watching the women because of VTubers and simping and etc. And then they find out that the woman has a personality that they enjoy listening to. Not that they're funny or that they're good at the game or that they have anything intelligent or clever to say, but they just enjoy being in the presence of, which, I mean, honestly, is about 70% of male on female interaction that is not involving sex.
Yeah.
So, you know, women get the cheat code of the big corporation to get eyes on them, and then from there they retain viewership. And that's very hard for women to start getting viewership because a lot of people, you know, are already viewing their as they say, Oshis, and so they don't see a reason to view others until, you know, a company like HoloLive comes out and says, hey, look at these, and then they give them a chance, and they go, oh, well, actually, I'll simp for them as well. Meanwhile, male streamers, video makers actually have to have some sort of substance to them to actually get clicks, and no one gives a shit that you work for HoloLive as a male streamer.
More or less, you know.
Anyway, so we're going to end it here, gentlemen. It is 10 o'clock, and I hope you all have a wonderful weekend, because, you know, we're going to be back at it again, because there's always more, and it always gets worse.